I can't thwart mine because it's custom.
It's pretty. It's pink.
It's pink.
Love pink.
It's a thing.
Molly.
Thank you, David.
Two in the pink.
One in the stink.
One in the stink of this episode. There were some stinky parts of this episode. I don't know.
Ooh.
I love
The fireworks.
The fireworks kill me every time.
Confetti, the fireworks.
Y'all thought we brought you chaos the last 2 weeks.
Wait, how do you do that?
It's
iPhone.
It's on iPhone.
It's special.
It's all iPhone effects.
Yeah.
I'm on an iPhone. How do I make this work?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I can, if you go into your settings or at the top when you link it down, it's to say whatever the browser is and reactions.
Take
Click
note,
down on the
viewers.
reactions. Mhm.
Take
Click on the
note,
reactions.
viewers. Here you
Tutorial.
go.
I'm gonna
Live.
avoid doing it because I know I'm gonna like end up glitching out of here when I try to do it.
We
And you're
should
like,
be
oh, she's gone.
Sorry.
Bye.
In the
We'll the
Copyright.
She flew away.
straight to straight heaven.
To straight heaven.
To
straight heaven. Because that's where I plan to go, to straight heaven. Sorry.
Lord.
I leave gay heaven where the gays are, and I stay straight
No,
heaven
Lana, we
where-
decided you're going to be in the ally corner of gay heaven.
Yeah. Which is gonna be covered in
adjacent to
poppers.
which is adjacent to straight heaven. So it's just like I can go in between. Only a few of us can go in
That's
between.
cute.
Mhm.
Actually,
It's
that's
the
cute.
door.
I like that. I like that.
You like
Mhm.
you have like a timeshare in straight heaven.
Period.
Sure.
Yeah,
With
like
us most of the year, every once in a while,
I go.
you head over there. You got to go see family, of course.
gotta
yeah, you're like, oh my god, maybe I have like a pet in straight heaven that like I left with
I gotta-
Gladys for too long. Time to like go and
Lana
get it.
doesn't like pets.
No, I don't like pets at all. So I'm
Never mind, it's not a pet. It's
It's a boyfriend.
Okay, yeah.
me.
Tea.
And then you bring the poppers from gay heaven.
Oh no! Look, some of the stuff we talked about before recording has to be
So-
safe. Some of it
So,
does.
so you all just got an insight into the lovely conversations we had before starting this video. Hello.
Almost a summary.
A
Yeah.
summary of what we talked about
Honestly.
before this episode. Jeez.
The weather was
Yeah.
lovely today.
The weather,
was great.
actually, no. The weather was horrible. It was over 100
Great.
Fahrenheit today here. I didn't love it.
It was
Regardless,
great here.
hi everyone. Welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real in the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. I say something gay. Gay. I am.
Right, heaven.
See, never living it down. I hope you all are happy. I really do hope.
Yeah.
I am really happy.
Oh, we are.
I'm thrilled. I'm drinking
Yeah.
coffee.
I'm gonna get my bag and go. 'Cause
Get my pocketbook out, please.
Lana said, I'm over it officially.
Why not make this straight heaven? Just
He's going
I
straight
did.
out of here.
straight out of here with all of you queers. I'm out of here.
Oh.
I can't.
I'm going gay out
Wow.
of here.
I'm going gay out of here right
Wow,
now.
the slur, Lana. Wow, Lana.
I'm going. What queer's gay is queer is slurs now. Is
Wow,
queer
Well,
Lana.
it used to be.
Is
The
it
weather was
slurs?
still
Be
lovely
happy.
today.
Anyway.
Because everybody
Wasn't it,
uses
Perla?
it.
It was so good.
It's great. We all love it here. We love it here.
You know you're loving every single moment of
I
it.
am enjoying
Don't
I'm
lie.
getting my entire life right now, honestly.
Oh, my intro's done.
Oh, hey, well, I'm back from straight heaven and I'm here. Hey.
Welcome back from your timeshare, Lana.
Thanks.
Hey.
Thanks. Hello.
Um,
I am Lana, your resident Eva
Ah.
diva, and I'm gonna give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea.
What kind of tea?
Oh, sweet tea, baby. Sweet tea and only sweet tea. That's all I got. But I don't have any tea right now. I have water because hydration is important because, yeah. Yeah. That's it. Oh, and I have my cup mug too, because that's important as well. And you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. We do ship internationally, so they say, and
Hey.
domestically. So in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So there are no excuses unless you live in Brazil. Then I don't know what to tell you. Get your
Sorry.
cup mugs though. Get your cup mugs though. Period.
I just realized we really said let's put the Americans on the top row today.
Oh,
Oh wow, that's right.
wow.
Where's
it
white
right?
blue,
And the
baby?
fireworks. Lana, you
white
ain't
blue,
helping
baby?
the cause.
It ain't
Fuck
even
out,
July
guys.
yet.
Where's white
Come
blue,
on
baby?
Save that shit for the 4th.
Lord.
Well, I am David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I am wearing my Perla shirt.
And I have a cute hat. I'm wearing my Perla hat.
Hmm.
And
And
I'm
this-
Perla.
I'm wearing a cute Perla skin.
Yeah,
And
I'm
wearing
Buffalo
Perla.
Bill.
Cute Perla. Good silence of the lambs, yes. And I'm drinking
God.
some water right now.
Ooh, all this podcast is about to be a train
Oh,
wreck.
Yeah,
And I
y'all thought we had
love
chaos the
About
last 2
to,
weeks with
girl.
Elena and Michaela. Oh boy,
This
buckle
is
in.
gonna be fun.
Strap in.
Strap in,
Hi
baby
everyone,
dolls.
I'm River, your Brazilian correspondent here on the cup, and today I'm drinking water as well,
Great.
out of my Hello Kitty mug because it's kind of pink, a little bit,
Love
kind of
pink. Love
pink.
pink. We
Yeah,
love
yeah.
kind of pink.
kind of pink.
Love kind of
It looks
pink.
pink-ish, I guess. Hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I am here to talk shit and get hit. Today I also brought water with me because I don't have anything else in my house because I am cleaning out my house for a little bit. But you know what? It's fine.
Because he survived his semester. Yay!
Yay! Yeah, so semester is officially over today, actually. Yay!
And you never
Yeah,
have to
baby.
go back.
Lord, I wish that was true.
Oh. Well,
I am this close.
and y'all know who's here. Yes,
I think we said it enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't
But-
like, it wasn't like she was quiet to begin with. to start this
No,
something
I
off.
tried and then I was like, fuck it.
Quiet her? Never.
But Pearl's
Incapable.
here, y'all. Pearl
Yeah.
is
Me.
here.
The People's Princess. I did
Indeed.
put that in my bio.
I saw.
Ayy. And
I love it.
I am drinking Coca-Cola out of this horribly embarrassing mug that my mother got me.
Oh, we match.
It's so cute.
Oh my god, I
Wait, that's
live.
adorable.
Wait for
love
it. The
it.
worst part. Cherish these moments.
Oh my god, I
Oh.
live.
Oh, that's so
Whoa.
That's
beautiful.
amazing.
That's beautiful. Mom,
Give it up for Maury.
Go Maury.
Love.
I'm gonna send her
love
this
that.
and she's gonna go, oh my god, you spoke about me. That's so nice.
Yes. Yes. Shout
Oh,
out.
geez.
Shout out to Mother Perla.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, Perla, my dear, my angel. We're so happy you're back.
Thank you for having me. And
Obviously.
I'm
just
pink for bracket too.
love
Yes,
it.
you should
Love,
Love
love
pink.
pink.
Love pink.
Love pink.
I don't.
I don't either, but sure.
You look good in it, at least, you know.
Think
That's
it
for
really
sure.
makes my blush pop.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David said merch. I said I'm gonna wear yellow and black to match your promo. Actually, so that's where I went today. But oh boy, y'all, it is episode 5 of All Stars 10, and this certainly is an episode of television that happened, and a lot happened.
Oh, I had strong feelings.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
very strong feelings.
I think a lot of people had strong feelings about this episode.
Oh, we all
I
have
live
strong
for
feelings,
it.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Good.
I loved a lot of it.
I loved most of it, but we'll
talk
Yeah.
about
definitely
it.
get into it.
Yeah, we will discuss at length a lot of things that happened in this episode. But before we do,
Who are
make
we
sure to
fighting?
subscribe. Everyone.
At this point, everyone.
Everybody.
Yes.
I'm fighting
And
all
I'm
of
gonna
you.
and you know who I'm fighting again? Michaela Couture. No, I'm kidding. I did it last week. I'm gonna do it again. No, I'm kidding. I love Michaela.
She's actually
let's-
right behind this curtain.
Oh, be careful,
Period.
Perla.
Let's
Do
do
not
that.
interrupt Logan. Do not interrupt
Oh
Logan.
Jesus right.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Well, it
Yo,
wasn't Michaela that
behave.
interrupted me last week, David.
Behave. We have a guest
We have
here.
company. Like,
Let's
Y'all,
all
we have
join
guests.
hands and say something we like about each other.
I like.
When you don't get interrupted?
Yes.
Well, I don't know
like
what
when
you're
I
doing
don't-
here then.
right,
Yeah.
I don't know why you
I
came on
like
this show.
when I don't get interrupted while I'm trying to do the intro. Thank you. No, I'm kidding.
All I know
Okay,
is
well-
maybe right. Let's get into this intro, then.
Oh, no, I love
Boom.
it. Make
Love
sure
it.
to subscribe if you have not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. Currently, that is All Stars 10. Obviously, y'all have seen we've had the guests on. And don't you worry, because we are continuing on the roll with the guests. And this is where I'm going to say my nice thing about David Healy. Because David Healy has been coming through to get us some fabulous guests. And Lana has been doing the work as well.
I'm the peak. I'm the peak. This is as high as it gets.
Period.
Absolutely.
Well, fuck Helena, Michaela, and John Fidayaga's drag, I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Great.
Did they
All
show
right.
up head to toe pink?
No,
no.
actually.
Period.
Helena's the only one that's shown up in drag so far, so but Michaela was coming from a conference, so it's fine.
I should have gotten into drag. Shit.
Yeah, you really should have.
Yeah, I need to stop interrupting. Do your intro.
It's fine.
I'm just gonna.
We're covering drag things on the channel. We've got drag things. We finished out Morbid Drags, and we are about to cover King of Drag. So if you are a fan of drag kings, we're about to cover some gorgeous, lovely king drag on this channel as well. We've got 3 other channels as well. You can check out the links for those down in the description below. We are trying to hit 1,000 new subscribers across all 4 of our channels by the end of the year. Your support means the world to us because it means we get to do fun, cool things like have Perla on this channel again to talk about All Stars 10. So check out the description where you can find all of our other YouTube channels, our audio podcast links, our Patreon, which will be ramping up for Pride Month. We got a lot of fun Pride Month things coming your way very, very soon. Social media links, Perla's links will be down below, merch link, all that's in the description. So go check that out. Now we can get into the episode. And before we dive into the episode, we got to dive into Perla. Ma'am,
We're
it's
diving
been a
in.
minute.
All the way in.
All the way in.
Grab your poppers because we're going
Every
all
opening.
the way in.
Yeah.
We're going
Yeah.
all the way in.
Grab the blue boy, even though we're in the pink bracket, baby. We're going in.
I guess it's gonna be like 5 in the pink.
Period.
5
I mean-
sticks, 6 of them, because there's
Yeah.
6 of these girls.
5,
In
6, 5, 6.
5, 6,
Oh,
7,
okay.
8.
wait.
Level up. Level up. Hey. I'm sorry.
this.
There's 11 people going in my pink.
Yes.
Thank God I did Kegels.
Good job.
Elbow deep, absolutely.
I got my
yeah.
goop my goop egg.
Your jade egg.
Good, great. Great.
Yeah.
Is it stuck up in there? Because you're not supposed to put jade up in there.
Oh, you know what? It's in there. It's in there good.
Well,
Did you get it?
Sure.
Did you get it from Goop or Droop?
Gwyneth Paltrow. Her and I are besties. We went to high
Oh,
school
good.
together. Yeah. Yeah, she gave me like a 4% discount on that $800 Kegel egg
Great. Love it.
and the vagina scented candle.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, you
Love
should.
that. Perla, it's been a minute since we've had you on the pod, obviously, after you were
Yeah.
ceremoniously, for some reason, booted off of Canada's Drag Race in...
I said the
late.
same thing.
We said the
Wrongfully
same
eliminated.
thing.
I mean, hello.
For some reason, they eliminated you 5th. I'm still not sure why. It should have just been a top 5, Brooklyn.
right. Hello.
Broccoli.
But
Broccoli, if you're watching,
Hello, Brooke.
if you're listening,
Are you there? Brooke, can you hear me?
Brock.
This is a makeup
Brooke-
palette. She can't hear me. We're shit.
no, but how has life been since you were ceremoniously booted off of Canada's Drag Race?
Weird.
Yeah.
That is like the best way to describe, like, the moment the season ends, you're like, okay, what
Yeah.
what now?
Yeah.
Where am I? You kind of feel like, I I was trying to think of a funny reference, but nothing was coming into my head besides 50 First Dates, and I don't want to give Adam Sandler that.
Fair.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest thing of like, whoa, what's happening? But then you're also like, literally, like there was like a few days ago, Helena and I were like walking down the street. I don't even remember where we were going to the movies. We're gonna go see Final Destination, and we literally had someone like heart attack scream at us in the subway.
She told us the
She
same
mentioned
story.
that.
She told
2
us the
weeks
same
ago
story?
when we were on the
It
pod.
was
Yep.
so wild, and both of us are just like, but it's also really weird when you're like, oh wait, people are like a fan of me,
Uh-huh.
which I will never process.
Yeah.
I will never. I see someone freak out that I'm like near, and I'm like, I see this every day in the morning. Like, I don't. Why are you freaking out about it?
Right.
Is someone behind me? Like, hello?
Literally, I'm like, oh wait, is it Gwyneth Paltrow? Like,
Right.
Is Beyonce here? Hello?
Right. It's like who? It's me. Oh,
Me.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm short. Like, how are you even seeing me this low down? Like,
Hey, and I will say, you are not as short as I expected.
did
When I
you
saw
not see
in
how
person-
high my shoes were?
True, but I don't know why. Even I saw you out of drag, and you still were not that short.
I'm
I don't
so
know.
short.
I was expecting like 5 foot tall.
David has just admitted that David is also short.
I am not short. I'm
No.
6'2".
Oh no.
Have you
No.
forgotten?
If there's one thing David Healy is not, it's
Short. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
that's the
feel
one thing.
short compared to David. And
wait, how
I'm
tall are you?
5'11".
I'm 5'5".
Yeah.
David,
I'm
how
taller than
David-
David
someone!
is 6 feet.
I'm
David's
6'2".
Oh.
6'2",
David's 6'2".
yeah.
I feel short compared to David.
Yeah.
I'm like-
I'm short next to David. I was like, geez. Okay.
Wait, is David like 6'2", like 6'2", or
No,
like?
he is actually 6'2".
I stood next to David. I should know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, you've
Like, hello?
like 3 of us have stood next to David Healy at various points.
Hey,
I'm like,
I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for David Healy to come over here to see his giant ass, like, standing right next to me.
well, his
He
ass
actually-
isn't giant.
No.
but-
He
Yeah.
carries around a wooden crate so he can just stand on it next to people.
Like, tall
There we
girl?
Like tall girl, yes.
David, who was it that had a crate that they were standing on at DragCon? That just
Oh.
reminded me of that. Was it one of the interviewers or one of the queens?
It was
I
Perla.
think it was a queen, but
No,
I
it was,
can't remember
it was
who.
DragCon LA. It was
Oh,
DragCon LA.
yeah. Yeah, I don't
Perla.
remember who, but that does sound familiar.
Regardless.
Oh no, it was one of the press people. It was a very
It was
short
one of the press
person.
people.
Yeah.
I don't know
But-
why that reminded me of that.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk about DragCon UK because Perla and I got to see each other there. Actually, I think Perla was the very first person I talked to there because I came down in the lobby of my hotel and there was Perla, and so
Because
we were,
we
like,
were in the same
"Hi."
hotel, weren't we?
You were in the one next to my hotel, but you came to the hotel that I was in because all the other queens were in there.
Oh yeah, because I booked at the wrong.
You were in the
hotel.
Aloft.
Yeah, I thought
Mhm.
I was booking at the hotel that was like where everyone was gonna be, but I was in the like out of town fan hotel.
Oh no! Well, I guess we both
Oh.
accidentally got in the wrong hotels. Then.
It was so funny. I literally like walked outside getting ready for like the first day of DragCon, and I was like, I'm having a fucking cigarette before I do this. And Juno Birch is out there having a cigarette, and she's like,
Oh.
what are you doing at this hotel? Like, I can't do her accent. And
That was pretty good though.
Actually, I was like,
I was like, that's
she was like, that's happening. And I'm like out there, I'm like, hey, sup? With like this much of my face done.
work.
But
Work.
I was going to mention that you were insanely popular at DragCon UK. I would say of the like Universal, like the place they put all the international queens for whatever reason, you seem to be the most popular. In fact, they
So
added
weird.
extra time for you, correct?
Yep.
So weird. Like,
deserved.
I remember
Sure.
it was like, it was happening, and like they kept having to cut my line because they were like, you're talking too much. And I was like, fuck. But then they were like, we have an extra spot. We can slot you in. We'll give you another hour. And I was like, let's do it. And then I just like kept apologizing to everyone in the line. And then like screaming down the line, "Why are you waiting here? There's better people." It was like,
Not the imposter syndrome.
Not
oh,
the imposter
absolutely the
syndrome.
imposter syndrome. Absolutely.
Oh no,
Oh my
man.
God. Someone
It might.
recognizes me and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so famous. Then 5 minutes later, I'm like, they thought I was someone else.
Not
No,
that.
honey,
That's
you
it.
are everything that we say you are, and you are everything that all those people are waiting in line for, because you were one of the best people to watch on that show on Drag
Oh,
Race.
thank
I
you.
enjoyed you so. From the moment you walked in the door, I was like, I don't know who this is, but I like this. I
She
Yeah,
got
I'm
my
like
just happy to
rosebud.
be
this.
here.
Yeah. You would have got my
Like,
rosebud for your
like
entrance
you
look. It was my
literally would have
favorite.
got my rosebud. Like me and David said that, we're like, that won. Like you ate like from the moment and all the way through the competition. Everything that you did, I loved. And so you are that girl. I don't know what's gonna take for you to understand that, but you are that girl. Everybody waiting in line because we want to see that girl. I'm becoming a candidate just so I can meet that girl because you are that girl. Period.
I'll understand it when I win UK versus the world 4 or 5,
Period.
whatever.
Period.
Right.
That's for sure.
And
Period.
we will be waiting. No, not UK versus the world. The Canadians go home first. Remember.
Hey, you know what? I'm ready to break the Canadian curse.
Period.
Please, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Or
Someone
at
has
least the
to do it.
Canadian, the singular Canadian, Lemon. So you know what? Break Lemon's curse. That's fine.
You know what? I will. I will.
I would like to see it.
I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go chip, chip, chitty-o. And they're going to go, oh, she's one of us.
Right. Period.
And then you'll win Canada versus the world.
Yeah, I'm just, you know
Yay.
what? Put me on all of them.
Right.
Like, I want to Georges this shit. Let's just keep going.
Every
Period.
single season, absolutely.
Well, speaking of her and this season, what are you thinking of All Stars 10 so far, Perla?
This should be the format for every All-Stars.
Wake it up.
Like, I literally I was nervous when they were talking about it and they're like, this is gonna be this is brackets, yada yada yada. And then after watching the first 3 episodes, I was like, you're onto something.
Uh-huh.
This is good.
Yeah.
Like, I love the fact that, like, we all know Drag Race is expensive. We all know it's crazy panic to get ready. But, like, you have to pack for 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Period.
And then if you come back, you get to have time in between.
Period.
Like,
And also for fashion girlies, like 3 is the perfect number for like a collection.
Yes.
So when you come up with the ideas for your package, it is much easier to like think of a story or something that you want to tell with your package and like prepare in that way, rather than like a long, like what, 10, 15
Yeah.
plus looks. Like, to make it like a cohesive collection is much easier to get like your point of view.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And like, you're spending a couple thousand on a few looks versus a couple like tens of thousands on like an entire package.
exactly.
Sign me
That
up.
you don't get to show because they send you
Right?
home early.
But you get to
Unless
show
it's in games.
everything.
Right.
And then when you know that when you know that you get to show those 3 things, like you're gonna put the effort and the money into it because you're like, no matter what, this is gonna represent me. And then after, who knows, but knowing that you have that.
And hey, it may be 18 queens, and I've seen the criticisms of it from some people, but hey, it's 18 girls that get to come back, and they all get to increase their booking fee.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that. As a Drag Race fan and as a drag fan, I'm not that mad at it. And I'm very excited too, because I get to see one of these girls from the pink bracket next weekend, because she's coming to Tucson. So I'm very excited.
That was Mistress, isn't it?
No, Mistress was just here, actually.
Okay.
I didn't get to go to the show because I didn't realize she was here until the day of the show. No, Tina's going to be here next weekend to kick off Pride in Tucson. Yeah, so I will be doing the podcast next week and then immediately getting ready to go see Tina Turn It and Burn It. And we have meet and greet too. So I'm very excited. She's done shows in Tucson before, so I'm not surprised. But I was like, oh, and we just had Nicole here, and I'm pissed that I missed Nicole here.
Yeah, that's
how dare you.
I know. I'm like, I should have fucking gone to see Nicole Page Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia here. But sorry, David, you were saying.
Yeah. Well, no, speaking of Tina, after the all-out brawl we had on last week's podcast, I need to know what Perla thinks of Tina's look that she made.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
elaborate.
think she's Team
further
David and
then.
Michaela.
I'm okay with that. But
Okay,
I want
here
to
we
know
go.
as well, so leading into, we come back into the workroom after Lydia and Tina were the top 2 of last week, and I want to ask Perla, who would you have had as your top 2 from last week's design challenge?
Okay. So this was a challenge where I'm guessing they only were allowed to use what was in the 8 ball.
I believe so.
Like, I didn't see them going out to a different room to pull fabric. I didn't see them doing shit like that.
I don't believe so.
So I think the issue with Tina's is not that it was a bad look. The fabric was the bad look.
Yes.
Like, the jacket had a lining, it had a zipper, a fur collar. Working with faux fur is difficult. Like, you got to make sure you're cutting that inside out so you're not, like, messing up. But, like, you need X-Acto knives so it's, like, a smooth line and not fucking up the fur on the other side. So
Working the
thick.
machine, like, oh,
and getting caught in the machine. Like, there is so many factors working against you there. Plus, also, I believe the jacket was, like, a vinyl print.
it was like a quilted.
Yeah, it was like a small
faux,
faux leather kind of.
Yes.
Material. I don't know exactly. It was like faux leather.
Like,
also hard to work with. Like,
this is just somehow right beside me. Like, something like this.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Like, this is a thick material. This material does not bend easily.
No.
And it's slippery. So for her to be able to take a non-stretch, structured fabric, turn it into a coat that has shape to it, but also has her ability to move, a high-waisted, like, flare trouser out of, even though it was like a lame gold, it's like, ugh. But that's the material you have to work with. I think, like, execution-wise, perfection.
Yeah.
Material-wise,
boo.
She should add better materials.
I think she deserved her top spot. Like, I think it should have been her, and honestly, it should have been Mistress.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Fair.
I think, like, when you look at Lydia's look, it was so cool. It was so 80s. It was very easy to make, like, a catsuit with draping and then leg warmers. I made a catsuit on my season. I finished early in the sewing challenge. Like, there's things that you can make that are easy. I know it's going to save me and I'm going to be fine. Let's go through it. She accessorized it perfectly and really played up the shtick of it, which I think boosted her even more. But I think Mistress's was just, like, more enticing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I would have put Mistress and Tina.
Yeah.
Love Lydia.
I would have a Mistress and Georgia still.
Georgia.
I still just think the proportionizing of Mistress's look was god awful. The garment was great. The proportions were god awful because of that corset she made. And she made a corset, and I gave her props. Because it's hard to make a corset there, and it props to her for that corset. But the proportions were god awful. So
I think the flare on the skirt should have started higher.
I agree.
Yes. Exactly.
And it should have been more. It should have almost what's the word? It should
accentuated?
Like the volume of it should have exceeded her size.
Yeah.
Like, she should have been here and the skirt should have been there.
Because she's got really a gorgeous shape. Like, and when she was filming this season, even, and we saw in this episode, her look, she's got a gorgeous shape. Obviously, she's lost a lot of weight since. Her promo look, we talked about it, she didn't have her shape right. Now she's got her shape right.
Absolutely.
But like, it just, the proportion was off for me, and that's where I had my issue with it. Regardless, the bottom 4 girls come into the workroom to discuss their QVC points. We're talking about, what we're doing, how we're going to distribute everything like that. They're talking about wanting to do things fairly, and by they, I mean Carrie.
They kind of were talking about like trying to discussing maybe doing it kind of like the first group did, but it didn't really. At first.
Yeah. I will also say, I think Mistress was going out of her way to overwhelm the girls with talking so much and cutting them off and going as fast as she could, so that they were going to do whatever she said, and so that she would end up on top, which is exactly what ended up happening. But I think Mistress was immediately like on attack mode. Like, I'm going to talk as much as possible, and I'm going to overwhelm you so that you don't have time to think.
Well, the first thing she said in a confessional is, I'm not okay with Tina having more points than me. And I think that led to the events we saw.
Yeah.
So we see they're discussing, they're doing their thing. Very quickly, Lydia and Tina come back in. Tina's like, I got my first challenge win, and I was like, yay, Tina. And very quickly, the girls are discussing what they want to do. And we got the situation that ultimately ends up happening where Mistress and Georges dupe Carrie and Nicole out of their points.
Television. That was television.
Yeah. I will say, if I was like Tina or Nicole, I would have caught assault charges on Mistress and Georges. I would have gone off. Why?
Tina?
Carrie. You mean Carrie?
Not Tina. Okay. Carrie. I'm thinking because Mistress is so vocal about hating Tina that Tina just comes to mind.
Right. Oh, that's fair.
But if I was one of the ones that got duped, I would have caught assault charges fully. Yeah. I would have been so mad.
I loved it.
It's great television.
You would have done this, Perla?
Absolutely not. I would never have done it in a million years.
But I love watching it. I'm with you, Perla. I love seeing other people do it. I would never do it. And if somebody did it to me, I'm catching the case, because I will punch you in the throat, and it is what it is. But as far as a fan watching it, and as somebody who loves games, like I love games,
an Emmy,
and I'm here for it. I'm like, you walked into the trap and you got played. You just got to suck it up and say, I got played. I got played. Did what it do? It hurt? Absolutely. Am I pissed off? Absolutely. But in the end of the day, they set this up to be a game, and this strategy, and this is the and I know some people have a problem with strategy in Drag Race. Look, I don't like the strategy in Drag Race because it takes away from the challenge, blah, blah, blah. But that's what this is, and so you have to play the game regardless if you like the game or not. You got to play it, and they walk right into it because ain't no way. My thing is this: they act like they don't know Mistress. I watched half a season of Mistress, and I would never trust Mistress to do nothing for me. I wouldn't trust Mistress to walk me across the street if I couldn't see. Like, absolutely not. I'm not trusting Mistress to do anything. And they knew that, and they did it anyway. So you opened yourself up to get played, and you just have to take it. Take it on the chin, baby. You got it. You got played.
This is something that,
it sucks.
I see, like, during filming, I bet you anything, these girls were, like, upset about this. Like,
absolutely.
They were angry, but I bet you anything, watching that episode back, they went, that was so funny.
It was auntie. It was auntie.
Hey, we're past 30 minutes. It's fine, Lana. Here's what I want to say. I want to say my piece on it real quick, because I love social strategy gameplay. I love it. I love every single bit of it. As a move made on this social strategic all-star season, I have nothing but respect for Mistress and Georges for making this move. I think the move is genius. And in a game like this, I'm going to give Georges and especially Mistress their props for this move. What I have an issue with is the way that Mistress specifically treated Carrie and Nicole afterwards. Laughing in both of their faces, being incredibly disrespectful, continuing to laugh in Nicole's face afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, that combined with what happens in Untucked later, and I know we're going to touch on Untucked later, but given what happens in Untucked, where Mistress takes full advantage of an opportunity where Nicole is off crying over her aunt who has Alzheimer's.
Is that Tina?
That opportunity. Well, it's Nicole is off crying.
Oh, we don't have Untucked in Canada, so I'm like...
So Tina and Nicole had a moment over... so Tina's talking about her aunt that has Alzheimer's. Nicole, or her mom.
Lily.
Nicole also brings up the fact that her aunt has Alzheimer's. They have a sweet moment. Nicole goes off to cry at one point. Mistress tells Carrie to go off and console Nicole at that point. And at that point, when Nicole and Carrie are off in the corner, Mistress pulls Lydia and Tina over and says, hey, you two should swap your points again, so that way Nicole and Carrie still have 0 points to fuck them over. It is at that point I have lost every single shred of respect I had left for Mistress Isabel Brooks. So from this point on, I will give her her props as a competitor on this show where it is deserved. And I will be fair, and I will be partial, and I will be honest with my feelings on her. Where she deserves praise, including this episode, I will be giving Mistress praise. But otherwise, I personally, and this does not reflect anyone else currently or that will be on this podcast, this is me as a human being and my opinion, I will be speaking as little about Mistress Isabel Brooks as possible, because that goes too far for me. I don't care if you want to be a reality TV villain. That's fine. I love a reality TV villain. I love a big nasty bitch, in her words. That goes too far for me. That hits too close to home for me as someone whose grandma is currently in hospice and just stopped eating. That hits too close to home. That's fucked. I've lost every shred of respect I have for Mistress, and I'm done with her. I will be fair, partial, and honest with my feelings towards Mistress, but that's about all I can do at this point. Because for me, that goes too far.
And I fully, first of all, I love how gagged Perla was hearing that for like she didn't want, that was so good. The live reaction. But I see your point, and I don't fully agree, but I understand why you feel that way, and it's very understable. And I feel like I'm kind of midway.
And I don't expect anyone else to agree with it either. Let me make that very clear.
Yeah.
I have my situation ongoing currently that is very similar to the situation. It hit home for me at like 1 a.m. when I just found out yesterday that my grandma is on her last days. So like for me, it's hitting a very, very sensitive nerve right now. And it's just a very personal situation. And I didn't mean to turn off my light.
It's so serious that the lights went out.
So serious that the lights went out in Arizona.
The lights went out in Tucson.
Yes.
Yeah. Indeed. Sorry, River. Go ahead, my love.
No, but I kind of like that. Y'all that people loved it, and you like you're in very different ends of the spectrum on the opinion, and I'm kind of in the middle because I didn't hate it as much as you did, but I also didn't love it. Like to me. I'm the person that Lana was mentioning that I don't necessarily hate the social strategy part of Drag Race, but it is my least favorite part of it. It is not the reason why I watch it. And it's just like, it's there. And so I respect, it's fine. You know what I mean? It's part of it. It's fine. I'm used to it, but it's not why I watch it. So I could take it or leave it, honestly. And to me, this specific moment where, they trick the girls into the points and like are laughing, whatever. I didn't think it was funny, but I didn't think it was like, oh my God, this is horrible. You know what I mean? It was kind of mean, not nice, of course, but like it was part of the game, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't particularly laugh at that point. And to me, that moment was not great TV. But when I saw it, I knew it was going to lead to great TV, which it did. It did. But that particular moment, I didn't really live for. I live for what that moment created. I will say that.
And I fully also recognize the great TV that it created. I know why people love that moment.
Nicole Page Brooks. Like,
Absolutely.
Mistress met her match, and I am living that she chose Nicole to mess with.
All of Nicole's reaction faces to the malicious gay faggotry that she encountered are iconic, and I love it. But I interrupted David. Go ahead, my love.
I didn't even start, so you didn't interrupt.
Okay. Cool.
Here's the thing for me. I am a person who doesn't prefer social strategy in Drag Race. I like it to be talent based. I want to see people who are doing well, like, thrive in the competition because they're doing well. With that said, when this happened, it pissed me off so bad. But here's the thing. It's largely to do with the fact that who's my favorite in this category?
Carrie.
It's Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Perla, but who's your favorite in this bracket?
Yes.
Well, in the bracket,
I am Team Carrie. And also, on the other side here, I used to say Nicole was my least favorite Drag Race contestant ever. But I have grown to like her so much in these 2 episodes. And so who is getting the raw deal of this? 2 people I'm rooting for hard. So, and it really, if Nicole and Carrie had done this to Georges and Mistress, I would have lived for it. I would have been so into it, but it didn't happen that way. The bad guys did this. And it really was the laughing that kind of pushed it over the top for me. And I'm like Eduardo. I'm not a violent person at all. I've been in one fight when I was in middle school, but I could see myself if I was in that situation and they're laughing like it was just a little silly thing I did. No, this is not just a little silly thing that you can laugh at. I think I would have laid hands on people because just my empathy for Carrie and Nicole at that time was just making my blood boil watching this. I was infuriated. I've chilled out. It's been a day.
It's it's not that serious.
Right. But in the moment, I was like, oh, I hate these bitches.
In the moment, yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Immediately, hate it.
It's it reminds me just how young both of them are. That's really what this moment did for me. Is it just reminded me how young they are.
But you know what made me the most mad about
25.
this? 25, 6.
She's young.
Yeah.
You would never be able to tell because she looks like she's 40.
Yeah, I think she was 23 on her first season.
Yeah. But the thing that made me most mad about this whole situation was that Nicole didn't trust her gut. Her gut told her 3 times to not trust Mistress, and she didn't listen every time.
She blamed herself.
That's why I was mad because she clocked it. She knew. And she did
it. That was my fault.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm more mad at Nicole not trusting her guts than what, because Mistress, it's the Scorpion. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I said. I think Mistress knew what she was doing, and she was just going to go out of her way to overwhelm Nicole and Carrie as much as possible, so that they did what she wanted them to do. And that's exactly what she did, which is very smart. Incredible strategy.
It is.
Incredible manipulation
100%.
work. It is so well done. Did I hate it? Yes, exactly for the same reason that David said. I am rooting way more for Carrie. And
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Is it backwards for y'all?
No, it's good.
Perfect.
No, you're
She looks 52.
Gag her, gather her. Yes.
She does look
Absolutely.
52. That's correct.
No, but as I was saying, I agree with David because I am rooting more for Carrie and for Nicole than I am for Mistress and Georges.
Yes.
Yeah,
I used
because
eyeliner for that.
Oh, slay. Yeah, because if Bosco and Irene did this to Deja and Phoenix, I would have been like, yes, girl, slay. This is so funny. I would have been really upset for Deja and Phoenix because they're 2 of my faves. But, yeah, that's also fair, but I would have had a different reaction than I do right now. It's mostly because I don't connect to Mistress or Georges that way.
She's 26 now. I looked it up.
Okay.
Still.
Perla,
But-
how are you reacting to the knowledge that Mistress Isabel Brooks is 26?
I look great for my age.
You do, girl.
Honestly,
girl.
you do.
I think the
Yeah.
funniest part about this whole segment, so there's like all this tension, kind of bickering going on and all of that.
Mhm.
And then Lydia pops up and she's like, hey guys, I'm uncomfortable.
Yes.
So can we get out of
Yeah.
drag so I can be comfortable? And I was like, oh, I thought you were uncomfortable
love
by the
Lydia.
fight.
I think it was
You're
both.
uncomfortable with the
I
drag.
think it was both.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
This is now going to be a written. There we go. A written.
If
Audio
you're not
listeners,
watching-
we are so sorry.
If you're not watching the podcast, you're only getting half the story.
Truly.
Thank you to Rem Beauty for letting me use your eyeliner.
Shout out to Rem Beauty.
Ignore the
Yeah.
fact that this is still Greeked from when I was on set.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Fabulous.
wow.
I love that actually. But as we
See,
move to
and-
the next
Just one thing, like, because I was like, I knew I wrote a quote from Nicole Page Brooks from this moment,
Uh-huh.
word for word, because it was so good. After
Oh,
all
yes.
of this happened, Nicole said to Mistress, you want to be a CUNT, get ready, bitch, because I've been a CUNT for longer than you can think of. And I was like, you know
I
what?
love
Yes,
Nicole.
and I love to see it.
Mhm.
I
That
love
makes
it.
sense now.
Yes,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, because she's 26
Nicole-
and Nicole's
yeah,
been doing
Nicole
drag
has
for
been
30
doing drag
years.
for
Nicole's like,
longer.
Nicole is, I think, double her age, literally. I think Nicole's like 51
Literally.
or 2.
No. She's in her 40s, isn't she?
No.
Maybe
She's
not.
like
She's
50.
50.
Let's look
Really?
it
Early
up.
50s. Early 50s. Looking great, by the way.
Might we add, yes.
Amazing. Yes.
But as we go to next
She's-
day in the workroom,
About 52, by the way.
She's
as
twice,
we go to-
literally twice her age. Sorry.
Yeah.
so remember when we talked No, I'm kidding, it's fine. So as we go to next day in the workroom, Lydia is now officially given the Brooks name, and Nicole is upset about that because apparently she can't just give out the name to everybody because the Atlanta Brookses are not like that. To which Mistress says, what have the Atlanta Brookses accomplished? And I said, more than you have in your 26 years of existence, Mistress.
I just find Mistress to be very annoying, but in a good television type of way. Like, I personally wouldn't want to be friends with Mistress. Like, I don't think I would
No.
ever be like the one to go hang around and be like, let's go grab a drink, Mistress. Like, I couldn't take Mistress like that in my real life.
no.
Diva, she's
But
been
why-
drinking for like 4 years.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's number one. She's
I've
way
been
too
sober
young.
longer than she's been drinking.
Baby,
She's
I've
just
been
able to
alive.
watch
Longer,
Wow.
longer than she's alive.
I've been alive. Mistress was okay.
Mistress is a child. You're right,
She's
Lana.
a child. Like I of course, but like watching it on TV as the viewer, I'm like, yeah, I can take it for a minute, but yeah, 26 is wild. To be honest, I can't process that Mistress. I thought she was older. Honestly, I thought she was like 35, 36. Yeah. No,
But
26.
also,
But
Lydia,
Yeah, it's 26.
after all of this, Lydia is still wanting to be Mistress's daughter. I'm like, why?
I
Because
know.
she said
I
that
like
know
Lydia,
why.
and I'm just like, why do you
I
want it?
know.
Like,
And
why?
And I know why.
God.
You know why? Because Mistress has put herself in the position where she is going to make it to the next round. And Lydia sees it and she knows it and she wants to tie her wagon to the winning team. And I
If it's
get
that,
it.
then
Lydia
then
is
it's fine.
young.
But yeah.
Lydia is, look, she's the newbie, as everybody says. She just got
But I
off
don't
her
think it's
season.
just that, Lana. I don't think it's just that.
It's
Because
all of
Lydia
that.
says to Mistress that she thinks Mistress's villainy is funny. So
Yeah.
like, you
And
know,
I mean, but
but
look
to
at
each their own.
But look, Lydia, I think that's what she's attracted to. That's what she likes. She likes those people that's
Sure.
going to be a little
Yeah.
chaotic and, I love
Well,
that.
that's what she's dating
you saw
Corey.
who she's married to, so.
And she asked before all of this went down. So was she going to be like,
Yeah.
you know what, on second thought?
I want to do that.
I mean,
I
but
want
she
to be
didn't
your
have
daughter
to
anymore.
take it back, but she like actively asked.
Yeah.
The cross. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
In this moment, I felt like Nicole was really coming for Mistress. She was trying to insult Mistress, but it kind of ricocheted, and it really did feel like more of a read to Lydia. Like Lydia's unworthy. And like, Nicole, I wish you had found a better way to go for Mistress.
I kind of saw it as like not in that way, but I kind of saw it as in like a comment on it being too fast.
Too quick.
Like someone just asked you to be in your drag family and you don't even think about it for a day. Like that, I think I heard it in that way of like, oh, but you barely know this person.
She
Like,
didn't have a problem with it.
you're giving her your name. Like I see it. I get it.
Yeah.
But
well,
also
for
remember,
them.
But also remember, for the context as well, Mistress did pick up Sugar and Spice as drag daughters during season 15 and dropped them shortly after season 15. So it's not I think Nicole is 100% in the right here, where it's like, I understand the critique of, you are picking up daughters left, right, and center. And as we saw with Sugar and Spice, dropped them for good reasons, obviously. But it's like I see where Nicole's coming from for sure, because that kind of familial lineage, especially a family as established as the Brookses are, like that's not a lineage to fuck with. And it seems like Mistress is kind of just fucking with it left, right, and center instead of actually understanding the gravitas of the family that she's in. Especially, she's got an iconic mother in Chevelle Brooks. Her mother is a legendary pageant queen.
I think that's what it is, because honestly, your name is everything, and you don't just invite anybody and everybody into your name. Look, my parents used to always tell me, remember what your name is. When you go out, remember what your name is, because that's very important. Your legacy and your lineage is very important. So you can't, and it's in drag, it's a thing. Like, you have these people now, especially with the whole RuPaul's Drag Race of it all. They are having children and children on children going on these shows representing your name. Now, you just can't be giving it out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who decide they want to become a Brooks or they want to become a Colby or da-da-da. Everybody can't be everything without you giving some kind of vet behind it. Like, I'm just not gonna adopt kids and bring them into my house because they said they want to be my kid. Like, no, absolutely. I don't know you. What if I bring you into my house and you try to stab me tomorrow? I'm not gonna do that. I have to know who you are, and I have to know what you could do. And if you are ready and worthy to represent me, because you ain't gonna go out there looking raggedy, talking about, oh, I'm part of this family with you. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I get what Nicole was saying, and I understand the lineage behind it and everything. I think she takes it a little bit more personal than Mistress does, and
Isabella.
that's fine.
Isabella.
She takes it more personal, and that's fine. Some people take it better personal. Like, I'm not gonna just give out my name to nobody if you ain't represent me well. You just can't say you represent me.
Exactly. This is why I don't have a last name, so I can't disappoint anyone.
Period. The house of what?
House of La.
La.
Yeah.
No, it's House of
House of ...
Yeah, I honestly don't think any of this is that serious. Like, I really, like, if there had not been the whole points situation going on, I bet Nicole wouldn't have said a word of this, because I don't think Nicole cares that much. I think she's just mad at Mistress and looking for any excuse to go for her. And I can't blame her. I'm happy she is.
Well, it seems like from the preseason interviews that Mistress and Nicole still hate each other. So actually, I think it might be that deep. Oh, House of La.
What about La Perla? Let Vicky keep her secret.
Ooh.
Those are Ariana Grande lyrics.
Yes, they sure are. But yes.
Anyway, we should move.
Miss Paul comes in. And we find out that we're not just doing a roast. We're not just doing a rap challenge. Oh no, we're doing the Rappin Roast, everybody.
Triggered.
Oh Lord.
I was gonna say, this feels very Snatch Game, the Rusical of All Stars 10.
You know what this seems?
Yes.
YouTube in 2018 during the diss track era. I
Oh,
was like, what are we doing?
This also feels very Rap Battles of History to me in the best way.
I don't know if the
Yes,
best
I went
way.
there.
I wouldn't say the best way. For me, when I heard this, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be awful." Okay, I'm ready.
And then it wasn't.
Look,
It was
I thought it was
actually
going to be
really
awful.
fun.
It was okay.
I didn't.
Fun.
Yeah, I didn't. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but I thought it was good overall. I thought it was going to be a disaster. It was fine, overall. But I still prefer it to be separate things.
Wait, can we get a
I like that
tally
they're
of how many
trying to do
verses
different
Megami wrote?
I think
I think she's like
two.
5.
She wrote
I
2
think
for
she
this
wrote
one?
5. Oh,
She wrote 1 for this one.
Wait, how do we know this? Was that on the show?
Megami confirmed it. We'll talk about it later.
Oh,
Okay, work.
Okay, T.
We'll talk about it later. Yep. Megami might be a 2-time winning verse writing ghostwriter.
bro,
Megami, if you're watching this, if I
ghostwriters.
ever do All Stars, please.
Megami may have
Megami-
written 5 winning verses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's 5 actually. No, it might
Because-
be 5.
Hers, the other 3 that she wrote for everyone
and
in her team,
Someone for
and
this.
someone else.
Megami, if you're watching, hi, give me a chance. Anyway, he's hot. Point blank in the period. Hello.
Obsessed.
But yes, so we get the Rappin Roast. We are roasting in rap battle style. Lydia, as the winner of last week's lip sync, is now in charge of the order. And I said, dear God, no. Don't let the season 17 girl be in charge of the order because we know how this goes.
She has
dear
PTSD, I'm sure.
Yeah,
She
I
has
was like,
PTSD.
Jules,
I'm genuinely surprised we didn't get a reference of Arietti or Jules from last season, quite honestly.
I mean, she just mentioned that she had PTSD. She was like, "Oh no, I don't want to do it. I'm triggered.
Oh,
I'm triggered."
God.
No one got it there because they hadn't watched her
Because
season.
they hadn't seen it, so they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't
All
know.
they
They
saw
were
were
still
her
filming
runways.
it.
Right.
Literally. All they
They
saw were her
swapped
runways.
days.
Literally.
Mistress was there when it happened.
Right.
Yep.
She was there,
For
and
that
they were like,
episode.
"Okay, now come
Mistress
over
was
and do
already
us."
there filming her confessionals for All Stars.
So she was
Pretty
like,
much.
while you're here,
Yeah.
and then Lydia, run over there and do your stuff for that, and we'll be back.
Literally.
And just come back
Hey,
over.
hey, Jules, Lexi, Anya, y'all have the day off. Okay, cool. We got to go film this Rappin Roast with Chapel Roan. No big deal. Because we find out our guest judge, Chapel Roan.
What a cutie.
I love her, and I know
She looks
Lana
so
doesn't.
cute coming into the workroom.
Mhm.
Lived for it.
I hope she
Yes.
kept that wig.
I
I
hope
know,
she
better
kept
have.
Tina's
It looked
wig.
so good on her.
It looked
looked
so
great.
good on her. Whose wig was it?
Tina's.
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 Oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
It was
Tina.
red. Of course, it was Tina's.
There was yellow streaks. We just couldn't see them.
yeah.
There was probably orange underneath.
Uh,
Oh, I want to tell my Chapel Roan connection, kind of.
Wait, did y'all go to
Okay.
high school
I-
together?
No, but Chapel
No,
Roan
I
is
don't think that would be
from-
possible.
She's
Yeah.
from the city I live in. But I was dating somebody 9 years ago. He's still a good friend of mine, but he is a musician. He would write and produce all sorts of stuff. But I remember 9 years ago, he was like, "Oh, there's this girl that I know. Her name's Chapel Roan. She's gonna be the next Taylor Swift." He told me this in 2016, and I never believed. I was like, "Okay, like, yeah, sure." He would play like music that he produced for her back then, and then sure enough, like I've kind of followed her through the years, but she blew up, and I'm like, okay, he was right, and she's representing for my city.
Wait, I have a gaggy one for you. Are you ready for this? Do y'all know who Tate McRae is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vaguely.
Tiffany
McRae
won't
and-
shut the fuck up about her.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Her and I went to the same high school,
Oh.
Really?
10 years apart.
Oh.
Okay.
Because she's a
Wait.
child.
She is that young.
Yes.
Okay, where is my pen? 20?
20?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think she's like 21 or 20.
Well, yeah.
26?
Well, yes. Well, yes, that will explain all of her horrible decisions she's been making recently.
That's
that makes
24.
Yeah, but she's also from
Isabella?
Alberta, so you'd be like, oh, you know what?
That makes sense.
Kind of your tea.
Well,
Unless
anyway.
did she move out of Alberta? I don't know.
Child.
Yes.
A child.
No.
I mean,
I saw you get that. I saw you get that.
know.
I felt that.
Of course.
Some of us are old enough to be her parent.
Yeah.
Anyway, as the girls are getting ready, they kind of split off. They do their thing. Obviously, Lydia just won her roast. Georges didn't win her roast, even though she claims she should have and she shouldn't have. Some people haven't done a roast, so they're excited to do a roast. Lydia wants to do the fairest thing possible with her roast order. So she's going around to everyone talking about where they want to be in the roast order, things like that, this, that, and the third. Miss Colby decides, I'm going to take it upon myself. I'm going to go talk to Miss Butthole myself. I'm going to get the spot that I want in this running order because she was genius for this.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Miss Colby here. Mm-hmm. She was like, I'm going to go talk to her. I'm going to give her the reasons why I should be in this last place. And Lydia's like, well, God forbid you're not in the top two. And I love the way Lydia approached this too. She's like, God forbid you're not in the top two. You've got an extra point to throw around. What are you doing with that extra point, Miss Colby? And Miss Colby saying, well, if you throw me a bone here, I may have a point to throw your way here in this Tournament of All-Stars. And I love the alliance that has now formed between Lydia and Carrie. Kind of, sort of, ish, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of in the same way that Lydia kind of almost has an alliance with Tina, right?
Yeah.
None of them are like established, but it's kind of like, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this the way to approach this format where like you're good with everyone, but you don't have any like strong, you're not establishing this is a Texas alliance and then going back on it. This is a Brooks alliance and then going back on it. Like,
well, we saw that happen in the first bracket too.
Exactly. And only one of them made it through. So I'm like, are we going to see that manifest again where we have this 3-person alliance and only one of them makes it through?
Yep.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
And this was the first of the things from Carrie where I'm like, okay, Carrie, I'm hyped. I'm ready. You have a plan for this episode. You're getting that win. I see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah, she wants to go last because she's going to bring it.
Yeah, Carrie's points were kind of just like, hey, I'm going to do this. I have something different I'm going to bring, something unique that nobody's done before. You know,
unique and different for Carrie.
Unique and different for Carrie. And she was going to do something different. And she had this whole plan. And it was like, sure. And see, here's the thing. I feel like if somebody comes and asks you where you want to be, don't give them options if you really don't want options. Be like, I want to be in the last position. That's the only position I want to be in. Because if I tell you either the first one or the last one, those are the 2 spots I want, and you give me the first one, I can't get mad
Dare you
because
give me my second choice?
Right, my second choice.
Dare
I'm
you.
not mad.
But I will say, okay.
And I don't think I'm not saying Tina got mad. I didn't say Tina got mad. She understood. She was like, yeah, it was my second choice. I'll take it. I'm saying for me, if I want a particular spot, I'm not going to give the person who's asking me and who has that control to give them options. If I want to be in the middle, put me third. I want to be in the middle. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to say, give me 3 or 5 or 1, because then I can end up where someplace I actually didn't particularly want to be, but I'm okay with. I want to be where I want to be. And that's what Carrie did. She was like, I want to be last. this is why I want to be last, and I'll give you points to recognize so you can see I'm serious about this last, because she was doing something completely different.
But can we acknowledge the iconic quote here from Miss Carrie Colby, where she goes, because let's be real, Mistress knows she's big, Georges knows she's tiny, looking like someone's child, Lydia knows she's awkward, skinny, and brand new, Nicole knows she's old as fuck and is struggling to keep up, and Tina Burner knows that she is and forever always will be a complete man in a wig. I don't need to name you to read you.
Tell yourself for you.
She's not wrong about it.
She's not wrong.
She's not
wrong about it, but that wasn't the assignment. The assignment was to read them, and anyway, we'll get into it. But yes,
but the quote alone, iconic.
Yeah.
What I don't get is why no one picks who they think that they could outperform in the challenge and ask to go after them.
Right.
Yeah, fully.
Why has that never been like, oh, I think that I could do better than, let's say, I think I could do better than Nicole Page Brooks. Put me after her in the lineup.
Yeah.
And then you also get in her head when you do that.
Exactly.
Right.
If you're literally sitting there in front of everyone and you go, you know what? Put me after her.
Yeah.
They're going to be like,
oh.
Or better yet, on the alternative, put me before Georges. Let me psych her out a little bit.
Right.
Because I know I'm going to serve it. If I know my thing is this challenge, put me before
absolutely.
Georges. Let me psych her out. Because I know I've got good reads for her. If at this point I'm like, I've got good reads for Georges, let me put me before Georges. I'm going to psych her out a little bit. Like, I agree with you completely, Perla. I think that's an incredible way to approach this challenge. I wish more people would overall.
But only if the challenge was a roast, because this is pre-recorded. So, like, it doesn't matter. Like, they had already recorded their verses when they did the lineup. So it doesn't matter because it's not going to
they wrote these before the season aired.
I know. So that's what maybe it would affect, like, the performance, like the physical performance. Because that was after they did the lineup.
Yes.
But
I'm saying for challenges like this where there's a lineup. So I'm saying for a roast challenge, for the, the charisma, unique, deserve, and talent monologues, for example. Something like this where there is a lineup. In those kinds of challenges, I agree with what Perla's saying. Like, put me before or after this girl so that way I can psych her out. Or, like, I know she's going to bomb. Put me after Arietti in the roast. I know she's going to bomb. I'm going to capitalize off of that. That exact scenario.
Imagine how Lexi would have done in, like, any of those challenges if Susie came in and went, put me before Lexi.
Exactly.
She would have spiraled to the ground.
She would have killed Susie. Susie would have tooted her last toot.
Right.
Yeah.
No more toots. No more.
She would have tooted right into the wall of the workroom.
Right. Oh my
God. Wallpapered wall that looks like bricks.
Ours is actually 3D.
Oh, really? Good.
Oh, wow.
It was the first thing I did when they were like, okay, camera's cut. I went to the wall and I touched it. And like 3 people looked at me and went, what are you doing? And I went, I just wanted to see if it was like 3D or if it was like printed.
You know, the first time I noticed that it was an actual wall in your workroom is, and I remember this distinctly. I forgot to bring this up last week. I realized it was a real actual set during Michaela and Xana's fight on your season. Because when you see Michaela walk out, so you can see that they're like actual like walls with dimension, and I was like, oh, so it's like a legit. Oh, okay, because that's one of the first times on Canada specifically that you see kind of that like fourth wall break, and I love as like a huge reality TV and Drag Race fan, like I love seeing those moments too.
I don't even know where that led out to.
Oh, good.
Legitimately, we always went through the Canada door, and then seeing that I was like, where did she go?
Where's she going?
Michaela, let us know. Where did it go, Michaela? Do you remember Michaela?
It was just Narnia.
Werk.
She turns around and Mr. Tumnus is there holding like a makeup brush and powder. No.
Room Shoppers Drug Mart.
The white witch is just at the judging panel.
Well, no, Brooklyn's already
Instead
there.
of winning money,
That's what I mean.
you win
I know.
Instead of winning money, you win Turkish delights. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Is Brad Mr. Tumnus?
Not anymore.
Well,
No, he would
That's
be.
what you get for not following Perla on Instagram, Brad.
Yeah, he still doesn't follow me.
Gag.
oh,
So as the girls are getting ready, because gag, this is a 1-day challenge also.
Yeah.
Because they pre-recorded their verses.
Can I just say, because
yes,
right after Lydia told everyone the lineup. First of all, I get why Tina asked for, as she came out saying that she's ADHD like me and Logan.
Yeah.
So like I get why she asked. She was just like, I just want to know why you made that decision. I'm not mad. I just want to know why, so I can understand, and then we move on. And I get it. I felt very. It was a very relatable moment for me.
Oh, I felt so seen by Tina in that moment. I was like, thank you, Tina. Because like me asking questions is not always because I want to instigate a conversation. It's because of my autism and ADHD combination where I'm like, no, I just honestly want to know the reason why something happened. Yeah. Genuinely. It's like, I just want to understand your thought process because it helps me understand my thought process. Literally.
Exactly.
That is
like,
so real.
Like
that's
genuinely,
why I love that moment. Yeah. It's such a small thing, but it was just very.
I loved it.
You know, yeah.
I loved every bit of it. I was like, yes, thank you, Tina. Love it.
And also, because Lydia did put everyone in the position that they wanted, and then Nicole Nicole looked at Mistress and said, "Oh, she hasn't rubbed off on you yet." Because Lydia was being nice, and that was so funny. That was so good.
When Lydia was like, "I may be a Brooks, but I don't think I'm a mean one yet." And I was like, good, stay that way.
Yet.
Okay.
Yet.
Well, keyword.
How old is Lydia?
23?
Like 3 or 4?
I think she.
I keep getting younger.
Let me look it up.
Lydia has the. I think she can become very mean if she wanted to, and because she's definitely shady. She has some moments where you be like, okay, Lydia, you definitely shady. And it's okay. I would love Lydia to continue to be shady, do what you want to do, but don't be mean. I don't want her to be mean.
Yeah.
Just be
I don't
extremely
think she
shady.
can do that.
I don't think she can either.
I don't see it for her.
I don't see her as mean. I see her as maybe maybe sometimes too unserious when it's something that's supposed to be serious.
Someone pull up her
like
zodiac sign too.
Oh.
This will tell us if she can be mean or not.
By the way.
Oh, it was just her birthday, wasn't it?
24. Yeah, she just turned 24.
Yeah, it was this week.
Yeah,
so she's a Gemini.
It's her birthday, so she's a Gemini.
She's a Gemini.
She can be mean. Oh,
she can be mean.
Oh, she can be mean. She can definitely be mean.
I live with a Gemini who can hear me say right now that I live with a Gemini. So, yeah.
I am a Gemini, and I can be mean.
Lana, I'm so sorry.
I love it. Don't be sorry for me because it's the best thing ever.
Wait, what's your rising?
I have no idea.
Send me your chart.
What does that even mean?
Later, send me your chart and I'll read your chart.
Everyone send each other's charts. Anyway.
Gemini women are top tier.
Yeah.
Gemini men, garbage.
Gemini men, trash.
No, not garbage. My roommate's an angel.
Throw it away.
Sorry. Gemini men are trash.
Burn it.
Sometimes.
No, Gemini men are always like in the gutter.
We love Lucas though.
We love Lucas.
We love Lucas, but Gemini men are usually
Lucas, we're iffy right now. Lucas, we're on an if. I don't know you yet, Lucas. We're iffy.
He's an angel. He's an angel.
Put a pin on Lucas.
We love him.
Yeah, put a pin in Lucas, but okay.
We'll put a pin. Yeah.
We're mental noting Lucas.
Great. Great. We have a quick discussion while they're getting ready before Chapel Roan comes in. About whether the girls are in their feelings about what Mistress and Georges pulled. And the girls are basically like, yes.
Yeah, but they're like, but
it does seem like Mistress wants them to be more bothered than they actually are. Like she wants them to be so and that's, I will be honest, it is sometimes entertaining, but on a personal level, it is so embarrassing and lame to be like that. Like it's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. Like
She wants an Emmy.
Like to want people to be bothered by you is so embarrassing. Like how sad your life must be. Anyway.
Again, 26. It's showing.
Not how sad
not
your
too
life
much.
is.
Not too much, but yes.
It's showing. But
Anyway.
then we get Chapel Roan. How adorable, how lovely, how wonderful. Now, was this before or after she got adopted by Sasha? That's
It
my
seemingly
question.
was before because
It
I feel
had
like
to be before.
Carrie would have been like,
Right.
"Oh my god, my drag sister is here."
Turns
Oh
out
my
she
god,
like-
was
everyone.
adopted by Carrie.
Yeah, it seems like she was
Free
adopted.
Pre-adoption, yeah.
No, it was actually during. Sasha was on set in the
Right.
back. She was just vibing for a bit. She needed to like go
Yeah.
for a walk, and she was like, "Oh, somehow I'm on set." And then Chapel Roan walked in, and she went, "I'm gonna adopt you."
Yeah, it seems like it.
You know what?
Yeah.
Carrie just wrote the papers and then Sasha was like, I'll sign it.
Can we
Yeah.
acknowledge as well, because I don't think we have yet on the podcast, the fact that Sasha Colby's 3 official drag daughters are Carrie, Chapel Roan, and Miss Jade So.
Wild.
That is
That's
maybe the most iconic trio of drag daughters.
You know what? I'm ready to become Perla Colby.
I
Do
actually,
it.
Yes.
there's somebody
I
I've
would
been
live.
wondering about in Canada. A queen name, I think it's Miss Lola Colby.
Oh yes, she is a Colby.
Is she related
Yes.
to Sasha? Okay.
Yes,
And she's
She's a Colby. She's just not directly
I
related to
believe
Sasha.
she
Or
is
she?
directly related to Sasha.
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure. I'm
She
pretty
just
sure Sasha
reads
adopted her.
Sasha family very much.
Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or
I'm
Madam
not
Lola. Madam Lola.
Madam Lola. Yeah, Madam Lola Colby. I believe she was adopted by Sasha.
Mhm.
Don't
She's
quote
in
me on
Vancouver, I
that.
believe.
allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. Everything
Tim
is alleged
Zana
information.
would like know the full scoop.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Her.
Okay.
But I
Love that
do
for
It is
her.
an iconic family.
She needs to
though,
be on Drag
but,
Race.
yeah.
I agree. Oh yeah, she screams Sasha Colby energy in the best way.
Phenomenal
Oh,
performer. Phenomenal
she's
performer.
stunning.
Right?
Yeah, so Venus actually named her when I was at DragCon. I was asking everybody who's somebody who should be on a future season, and Venus named Madam Lola.
Can we drop her handle? Can we like throw her handle?
Oh yeah,
on
I
here?
have it. I have it up. At I am Madam Lola Colby.
Mhm.
Bless. Everyone go check her
Love it.
out. Go follow her.
Please do. I just did. She's fabulous.
Yep.
But yes, Chapel comes in. They have a lovely, wonderful conversation about Chapel being a queer icon, and I love that she's a queer icon and also queer.
Mhm.
Because that doesn't always happen anymore. So I'm thrilled about it.
Take that, Katy
Um,
Perry.
I will
Love
say
it.
I like Chapel. I'm not a fan, but I love seeing a lesbian pop star. Like
Mhm.
that
A
to me
lesbian
is
drag queen
so,
pop
like,
star.
Yeah.
exactly
Yes.
like from the Midwest. Come on. Like
Yes.
I like what she represents more than like everything else, but yeah, I love that she was here because it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I fuck so hard with Chapel. I love her. I love her
Yes.
music. Everything about her is just
I
yes.
missed the like kickoff to her hype train.
You were
'Cause
probably
you were
busy.
filming, right?
Yeah.
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 I was
Yeah.
gonna say, y'all were filming during it, so yeah.
I missed the whole like hype of the album. Same with Cowboy Carter, which is like so
Oh,
devastating.
I'm
Like
so sorry.
I didn't hear it until after we wrapped.
Wow.
Oh, no.
And then it took me like a few weeks after for someone to be like, "Oh my god, have you heard about Chapel Roan?" And I was like,
Sure.
and then someone played Pink Pony Club and I was like, "Oh, I know this song. Okay, yes." And then I was like, "Oh, she blew up.
Yeah.
She really blew up.
Mhm.
Oh, she's
Her.
still blowing up."
Mhm.
Mhm.
Period.
I will say,
Confetti.
if anybody comes to Springfield, except Lana, I don't think she would care. I will happily take any of you on a tour to all the spots in the Hot to Go music video. The
Yes,
giant
please.
fork the giant fork in the music video. I've been taking people there for years. So, yes.
Wait, send me a photo of this giant fork. Next time you pass the giant fork, send me a photo. I want to see this giant fork.
Okay, well, or look up the Hot to Go music video.
No, it's going to be funnier to see it in a photo.
Okay. Fair.
And then you have to draw Chapel Roan in the photo.
And I'll write 26 on it. Wait, how old is Chapel Roan?
Not
Let me look it up.
This episode, I swear. If y'all aren't watching the episode, you're only getting half the story.
Oh, close. 27.
27? But she was 26.
She was 26 when she blew up.
There we go.
When I hear 26, I think of Mo Hart in the Jersey Justice. She goes, I'm 26.
I'm 26.
I'm also 26.
I'm also 26 plus 2. Anyway, yeah, Chapel comes in, and then the only other thing that happens is Lydia and Tina are talking about being threats now, but Tina's like, well, I have the same number of points as Mistress and Georges, so yeah, you're on your own there, Lydia.
Yeah. Well, she is. That's true.
Well, yes.
Oh my god. I fell.
Oh my god. Oh no.
That was too hot to go.
It was too hot to go, baby.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to talk about a Rappin Roast.
Oh, before we go, because this was also a great quote from Tina. She said, my biggest challenge this week is to not be annoyed by Mistress. And honestly, same.
She failed.
Same.
She failed that challenge.
Same. We all failed, I think. Most of us.
We are not.
I vibed with the challenge. I was having a good time with the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's talk. Oh, should I play the runway music? I'll play the runway music. Why not?
Oh my god, is it
Yes.
Is it what I think it is?
Is it what you think it is?
I can't remember what the one.
It's not Go Off.
No, it's not go off. It's just a runway music.
It's just a.
I do.
Dun, dun.
Well, let's do it. Let's do that this time.
Well,
Oh, I thought
Perla's
it was
here.
good. What was our runway song?
Oh, was it
It came from outer space, a planet called 808.
Yeah,
It was the one Georges did for the.
I bring the beat.
I bring
Yeah,
the that's what it is. I
favorite
forget
RuPaul
the
song.
name. It's
One
a
of my
great
favorites.
song.
that's my favorite RuPaul song. But no, we have well, speaking of, since you're here.
Hear that?
I can't hear it, thank God.
Oh,
Was it Go Off?
let's go off.
Oh my god, the universe saved me there. Oh, bitch.
There's no reason to play the runway music. We'll just here we go. The
There we go.
challenge.
Go off!
Go off.
Go off!
Yes,
Triggered.
we've got the challenge. Our beautiful 6 lovely queens here with the worst possible screenshots because that's what I do.
Okay, wait, before we dive in, Carrie's fucking braid, stunning, flawless,
Stunning.
beautiful, 20 out of 10.
Yes, agreed.
There we go. There we go. Now we can continue. Continue.
So per David, usually, I have a ranking. I don't know about anybody else.
I have a ranking.
Me too.
And I helped.
Yes.
You surely have thoughts, I bet.
In this
There we
thing,
Sometimes.
Fair.
They'll come up eventually.
every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Yeah. Once in the blue moon.
Do we want to go one by one? I think that might be the easier way to talk about this challenge since there's 6 of us and 6 of them.
Yeah, I think we should.
Oh wait, we each talk about one
let's
person.
do it by their
No,
the order
you-
of performance. Yeah, one by one.
Oh, one by one?
I think so.
Okay.
Wasn't that what you suggested?
No.
Okay, then whatever you said. I don't know.
I was gonna say, starting with Perla, give your thoughts on everybody.
Oh, okay.
Because then we don't have to do 36 rotations around.
That's fine.
Okay, Werk. Okay, Werk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, that feels a little repetitive. So starting with Perla, give your thoughts on the challenge, on the people, on the things, and who would have been your top 2 for the week?
Challenge was fun. I think this is an interesting way to do a roast, but it also just made me think of season 6. And this felt like an updated version of that one, but like more pointed. I don't remember Tina's. I remember there was a line in Nicole's that I was like, that was funny, and then I also forgot it. My attention span is great.
I have it up. Do you want me to read off everyone's roasts?
Wait, what was the last line in Nicole's?
Hold on.
It was something about like
it. Carrie's half my age, 4 times the work, a whole new face, but still dumb as dirt. Gorgeous Georges, how'd you get here? You've been in Ross's colon this whole damn year.
That was a good one. And then there was something about like, I can't even remember. There was something at the end of it that I was like, that was good. That was good.
Well, those were the last 2 lines of Nicole's, so.
Then it might have been the colon.
Yeah, it probably was the colon.
It probably was the colon.
The gag is I literally watched this today. Like hours ago. And here's my brain like, no, I will say, the outfits that I really liked, because obviously we know I'm going to be focusing on that stuff. I loved Mistresses, I loved Georges, and I loved Carrie's. That braid I'm still dying over. I really, really enjoyed Mistress's verse. I'm really being team Mistress today. Everyone's like, God damn it, we're annoyed, and I'm like, give me TV.
Oh no, but the challenge is something else. That's something completely
true.
different.
And Georges like demolished everyone. And then I would say Lydia's like my 3rd place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Carrie's, you looked great. You looked beautiful. Beautiful gowns.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful hair.
Stunning. Mm-hmm.
26.
Mm-hmm.
Not 26.
Eduardo, what do you think?
Okay, very quickly. Tina, I thought she did good, but I could not understand half of the words that she was saying. I agree with the judges. Her enunciation wasn't good enough, in my opinion. Nicole, I thought Nicole kind of surprised me a little bit. I didn't expect her to do as well as she did, but I wanted to see more movement out of her. I know that, like, since she's a little bit older,
she's 52. How dare you?
But like, you know, I didn't want her to stand in one spot, maybe walk to one side and walk to the other side.
Back in her day, she used to do that, okay?
Eduardo's twink privilege is showing.
Yeah, my twink
How
privilege
dare
is
you,
showing.
Eduardo?
Decades,
22,
Eduardo.
You know where you're going?
As the punishment,
You don't even get
you're
to go
going.
to heaven.
No poppers.
I'm going to straight.
None for you.
Water-based lube only.
Oh no!
No, that's
Don't
too much,
do that to
Perla.
me.
I'm sorry.
Don't do
I'm
that to
stepping
me. I
in. That's
cannot
too
do that.
much. That's too
Lord.
much, Perla.
How dare you? Anyways, but yeah, she surprised me. I thought she did pretty
Reapply.
well. Lydia's like my 3rd place. I thought she did good, but I thought that there were 2 people that did better, which are the next 2 people that I will be talking about. Mistress obviously was going to do well. She's a hateful bitch, so when you're a hateful bitch, you're able to read the girls down, and so Mistress did a really good job. And I agree with you, Perla. Georges ate the girls up. There was no one else. Georges absolutely killed this. And Megami also killed this because Megami wrote this verse. So
yeah, so this would be a great time to discuss that Megami confirmed on Twitter that she wrote Georges's roast.
Mm-hmm. So congratulations, Megami. You are the winner of this week's challenge.
How does that work?
They were told prior to the season that there would be a roast challenge and that there was a variety of queens that could be in the bracket.
Oh, they provided names and you just had to write for every single one.
Pretty much.
Megami would have done great on my season.
Megami for All Stars 11. This is my formal
At this point,
plea. Megami for All Stars 11. And if you don't have a verse writing challenge in her bracket, that is disrespectful and rude.
It'll be the first episode after her bracket.
Right. It'll be literally the first episode of the next bracket is a verse challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that fully, actually.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyways, Carrie. She was there.
Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. She is stunning. She's beautiful.
And you know what? Period. Give her the win for that.
Okay. Well. So, I disagree with Michelle. I'm gonna have to disagree with Michelle. I watch everything with subtitles, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna test this out, and I rewatched this without subtitles, and I was like, can I understand Tina's lyrics? And I did. I missed maybe 2 or 3 words here and there, and English is my second language. So I'm like, Michelle, maybe some, I don't know. And also complaining about too many words on a rapping challenge. What do you mean? Like, that's weird. But anyway.
I didn't think about that.
Like, it's a rapping challenge and you're saying it's too many words?
I mean, it can get wordy.
Like Doja Cat is angry.
I mean, it can get wordy, but I don't think it was, is my point.
I don't think it was either.
I don't think it was. It can get wordy, but it wasn't. And also, they have to read 5 people in like 30 seconds. So, like, come on. Honestly, I think Tina kind of ate. Like, I loved it. Because to me, I took everything into consideration, but the thing that weighed the most to me was the lyrics and the reads, because that's the fucking point. So Tina, I think if it was a regular roast, would have been like number 1, point blank, period. And I'm mad at this challenge more because I was robbed of a Tina Burner roast. I wanted to see it. So yeah, I have Tina actually at number 2. She would have been in the top for me. Nicole, I think she had great reads, but the delivery and the rhythm was, she didn't have enough energy while recording. Like, she didn't like punch any words. It was just like one thing, it didn't have enough energy. Yeah. And then the performance was kind of the same. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was just a little bit, I just wanted it turned up a little bit. That's all. But she was still number 5 for me, but I still think she did good, Lydia, I like that she did one line about her and went right into the reading, because Nicole's intro was so long. Like, before she started talking about the queens, it was like halfway through. I'm like, okay. And Lydia just did one line about her and went into the reads. She was the person I think worked the stage the most. Like, she had a very dynamic performance. And I think she had good reads and like a good delivery. I liked the way that she sounded as well. So she would be number 3 for me. Then Georges did eat everybody up. I do wish that she had done her lyrics, but like, it doesn't really matter that much because she still like delivered it well. So I'm not that mad.
I think
but
that's
she
also
was
something
number
though.
1.
I think that's become a thing now where like, even if you don't have a prompt, you bring lyrics.
Right.
Like we all did that on my season.
Mm-hmm.
We all
and
went
also,
like,
it doesn't matter. Like, if the lyrics are good, but your delivery isn't, like, it doesn't matter the lyrics. You know what I mean? So she had good lyrics, but she also was able to do, like, she recorded it well. She delivered it well on the stage. So,
Watch me stand small.
I'm not reading you, Perla.
I'm reading myself. I'm reading myself.
Okay.
That verse will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Right.
When you
But
go to
my
sleep, you
favorite
feel
moment
that.
was the end of it. The beast was so good, so well done.
Yes. The
and
like
carrying.
split.
Yes. She was good the whole way through, and then she ended with a bang. So well done. And then Carrie, I agree with what y'all said. Like she looked good. I don't think it was bad. I think she sounded good on the track, but she didn't fulfill the brief of the roast for me. But she sounded good and she was like good on stage. So it wasn't horrible. It's just she was last for me, unfortunately. And I just realized that I skipped Mistress, but it doesn't matter because she was fine. The one thing that I didn't like about hers is I don't think her lyrics were that good. The reads were not that great. She sounded great. The flow and the rhythm was good. The performance was good. But the reads were weak, honestly, to me. So she would be number 4 for me.
We are all going to get blocked by her after this.
I gave her props for this.
Fine.
I don't even follow her. I don't care.
She's going to watch this and she's going to
I don't care enough to block her either. Like, whatever. Anyway.
That's going to be her.
Well, first I want to address what Michelle was saying. For me, I did have difficulties with some of them, but it wasn't like understanding them. It was just, can my brain process it as fast as you're going? So there were a few of them that like it really just went a little bit too fast for me to comprehend. And then some of them like delivered at a pace where it was like, okay, I understand every single line you're saying. And I appreciated that. But for this group as a whole, basically there's 3 ways that I judged them. And it's almost becomes like a big Venn diagram. But like there's the performance aspect, the visually, like what we're seeing. And then there's the delivery, like how I'm hearing it. And then there's actual lyrics and the roast quality of it. And for me, I think there was one person that really stood out in like right in the middle and kind of got all of them. But I will say the person that did the worst for me was Carrie. And I hated I was like really, really hyping myself up that she was going to come in here and just shock us all. But I thought her delivery was good. Her delivery was good, but like what she was saying, my brain was not latching onto anything. And I think it's because it was so vague. Yeah, it was so vague that nothing stuck. Her performance was good too. So she was number 6. For me, number 5, who I still thought was good, was Tina. I thought she really nailed the lyrics part, stronger than a lot of the people here. But the delivery was so like paint by numbers what white people think rap sounds like, so that's what kind of hindered her compared to a lot of people for me. Her performance,
you're not wrong, and I hate it, but you're not wrong.
Her performance was pretty good though. For me, here's where you all might be shocked, but for me, number 4, who I thought had a killer performance, their lyrics were decent. Their delivery was decent. It's Georges. I wish I liked her as much as you all. I still like her. Like I thought that there was a pretty clear top 4.
Wait, David, I think you're breaking up. We can't really hear you clearly there. What'd you say?
I said Georges.
So what was that? It's cutting out.
I'm sorry.
Perla,
you must have misheard.
Perla, just wait until you get to my list. Just wait.
I think straight to heaven for that one.
No, I don't want to go to there.
It's nice over here.
Oh no, I have engaged in too much malicious gay faggotry for me to be going there. I don't know about David, but me, I'm fine.
Yeah, I will say my number 3 though maybe had my favorite lyrics of anybody, and I think if it was like a reading challenge winner, that was Nicole. I loved everything she was saying, and she delivered it in a way that I could comprehend everything she was saying. It just like hers sounded the worst to me. Like I'm like, well, what did you all not produce this compared to everybody else's verses? So that really hindered it for me, but I still enjoyed her. Then I had my top 2, but number 2, who I thought had really good lyrics, good performance, really good delivery, and that's Lydia. I thought Lydia did really well. I thought she should have been in the top 3. I was a little surprised she wasn't. But for me, number 1, the person that nailed every aspect, and I'm a little surprised everybody else is so low on her. I thought Mistress killed it, and I did not want her to. I wanted her to fail. I wanted her to get no points next week.
Yep.
But I thought she had a killer delivery, killer performance, and her lyrics were really good. So we don't all we're not all gonna get blocked by her, I guess.
I love when we all disagree.
I gave her props. She's my number 2. Like, hello.
We are all over the place today, and I'm really excited about it. I'm very excited to hear Lana's too.
I think I'm maybe the only thing we're gonna agree is that Carrie was last, but we'll see.
Also, who
not bad, but last.
Who was it that they said?
Logan, really?
They said you must be a barb to Mistress. The way she delivered, and maybe like she probably is not inspired by this person, but it reminded me so much of Ludacris. Like there were ways in her flow that were very similar to Ludacris, who I kind of grew up with.
Busta Rhymes is
Luda.
Oh, imagine if anybody did Busta Rhymes.
If you can do a Busta Rhymes rap, baby.
That's when Michelle was doing the critiques. I was like, so she must not be into Busta Rhymes, I guess.
You know who I would have loved to see in this challenge, honestly? Deja. I think Deja could have killed this challenge.
Aja.
Aja would have killed this challenge. Like
honestly,
all of Melanation Station in this challenge.
I feel like Aja would have done better in this bracket than she did in her own bracket, which she still did unreal. But imagine if she was in this one where you have a rap battle and then a rusical.
Right.
And a design challenge.
She would have been fine.
She would have been safe. No one goes home. It's fine.
She probably still ends up 3rd in the bracket, which is fine because she still qualifies. So that's all.
Thank God she qualifies.
Right.
Justice for Aja.
She made it. That's all that matters. Lana.
My ranking actually is very similar to David's ranking. Because Mistress is first to me. I think her flow was the best. Do I think her reads were so great? I thought they were funny enough. I think everybody's reads were funny enough. I'm not gonna say I was cracking up laughing at anybody's reads. Like nobody had me gagging. Nobody was like, I was like, oh my God. I don't like rap battles a lot. Especially with people who don't know how to rap because that just irks my nerves. You know, for the culture. I'm sorry.
I understand.
It bothers me. It bothers me.
On behalf of Go Off, I apologize.
I know. It's okay. I've gotten
That's
past
not your fault.
God bless.
Look,
and with only one black queen in this bracket too, and she didn't do great.
Yeah, and then she bombed. I was like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
No. It was kind of for the culture. I was like cringing on the inside, but I thought it was funny enough. I think everybody did well enough. Nobody was horrible. And here's the thing: I don't think Carrie was horrible. I just wish if she would have just done this one little thing, I think it would have saved her. Even if you're not going to say who you're talking about, choreograph it where you're standing next to the person you're talking about, so they know. The people in the audience know exactly who you're talking about. You could still do what you did and still do what you gonna do, but you could have walked around and been like, so da 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 da, and you stand next to the person or in front of the person you're talking about. That way, the audience knows exactly who you're talking about without you saying who you're talking about.
That makes it shadier.
Anybody? I think she tried.
She was just twirling around and showing her ass the whole time. That's all she was doing. And I'm like, baby girl, we know. You got a nice butt. We get it. We got it. I get it. You're gorgeous. You're stunning. You're lovely. Do something else. And that was the problem. She did not perform it. If she would have performed it well and still stuck what she was doing, she would have been better. I would have been fine. Because when she said it in the workroom, I was like, okay, I get it. That makes sense. You can pull it. If you can pull it off, pull it off. She just didn't pull it off.
But now I'm thinking it was spin in that she just got a vague verse written for her, and it wasn't about anybody specifically.
Maybe. And now that I know that we got ghostwriters, I'm like, this kind of
she didn't get the leak.
Here's the thing that now that I hear it's ghostwriters, I'm kind of not that impressed with George's anymore. I was impressed with George's at first, but now I'm like not that impressed because
I'm impressed with Megami.
I'm right, and Megami's not here to do what she does. I feel like if you go come on the show, do your thing. You can't do a design challenge and have somebody else create your whole design for you and be like, oh, but it's mine. You got to do the work. And I feel like Georgia's could have done the work. So for me, that drops her all the way down to like 5 because I'm not impressed with you not doing the work.
Maya did that. She had a design challenge and Saphira made it for her.
Again, I wasn't impressed with that either because I'm like, you didn't do the work. Do the work. What all these other queens are coming on here doing the work, baby, do the work. But even with that, when Saphira made the pattern and Maya finished the rest of the dress off, so I'm like, okay, at least she did some work. You had somebody write your whole verse. But Georgia did do a hard part because she did perform it, because Georgia did perform the song well. I will give her that. She performed it well. She danced. She looked great doing it. But I will put Tina at 4. I'll put Tina at 4. I'll put Nicole at 3. I will put Lydia at 2, and I will put Isabel, Mistress, at 1 because I think she did what she had to do. She looked great doing it, and she did what she had to do. Not that mad.
Our girl Izzy.
Izzy.
Shout out Izzy.
Izzy is at 1 for me.
Shout out to Isabella.
Shout out to Isabella, everyone. I think Izzy Brooks. Jesus Christ. Miss Izzy Brooks.
That's her Lana Del Rey
that's her rap name.
Pre-mistress Isabel Brooks.
Her rap name,
Her rap name is Miss Izzy Brooks. Miss Izzy Brooks.
That's her grinder tag. Miss Izzy Brooks.
Miss Izzy Brooks. Period. Okay. But Logan?
I think my lineup is the most unique and different of everybody's here.
So
Lana's number 1.
Lana Del Rey is number 1 for this challenge. Congratulations, Lana Del Rey.
Thank you.
Everything is unique and different always.
Right now, so
I know, so unique and different. I love her. So for me, I went off. No one flopped this for me. I thought everyone, in one way or another, really succeeded in this challenge. I agree. Some people don't know how to rap, but they did what needed to be done in one way or another with this challenge. I think no one flopped this. I was actually very impressed with all 6 people in this challenge, and all 6 of them are going to get praise in one way or another from me. For me, my number 6 is actually Tina. And the reason why, more than anything, actually has nothing to do with the lyrical content or anything like that. It comes down to the performance, because she dropped words in her own lip sync. And I'm surprised that no one has brought up the fact that she's the only one that dropped words in her lip sync. Several of them.
I didn't see
it. Watch it, but I didn't clock.
Because it was so wordy, she dropped several words in her own lip sync. And for me, like, that immediately drops her to number 6 in my ranking personally. But overall, I thought her performance was, paint by numbers is actually kind of a good way to describe it, because she is painfully white, unfortunately. But I do think, the verses and the actual rap content was very, very good. I liked her HP comparison to Lydia. I thought that was very good. And the actual roasting was very strong for Tina, but unfortunately the performance drops her to 6, meaning that number 5, I do have Carrie. I thought her performance was strong. I loved seeing a strong performance from Carrie Colby on Drag Race. Finally, I loved seeing her in her element performing. I wish the roasting was stronger. To your point exactly, Lana, I wish she had choreographed her performance a little bit stronger to kind of like lean on the girl you're talking about. If you're going to talk about obesity, lean on Mistress. If you're going to talk about her being tiny, go point to Georges or go do something a little bit. But I think the verse, the way it was written, 10 out of 10. No notes. The actual lyrics of her verse, I thought were really well done. She was incredibly in the pocket. I loved the addition of Spanish lyrics in it. Like the verse in a vacuum was my favorite verse, actually. I think it was incredibly well written and incredibly well performed. But for a Rappin Roast, didn't burn it. No, I do agree. But for a Rappin Roast, unfortunately, Carrie does fall to 5 for me. This is where I will say I think all of the top 4 really did do successful for me. I think all of these 4 people did very, very well. For me, it comes down to various different elements as to who I have on the rest of my ranking. 4th, I have Mistress. And what it comes down to for me is I think Mistress performed very well. I think her performance was very good. I think her choreography was very good. I agree with River. I think her reads were a little weak. I think she went for the obvious read. Look how Nicole Page looks. Boring. I'm sorry. Like, she went for the GED joke with Georges. Turned it, didn't burn it. I agree, Perla. Exactly. Like, I just think compared to a lot of other people who went very out of the box with their reads in this case, I think Mistress's verse was a little weaker. And so for me, it comes down to 4th. But I am going to give Mistress her props here because I think she performed the hell out of it. I wasn't fundamentally disappointed with her being in the top 2 for this because I think it was a deserved performance. For me personally, I just would have had 2 other people in the top for this challenge. But Mistress
when
did
that happened with her and Georges in the beginning of the episode, I knew they were going to be the top 2 immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, I don't even, it's fine.
Yeah. But Mistress did do a great job, all things considered. I think she did do a great job here. My 3rd place in this challenge is actually Georges. I know. I have reasoning. She turned it and burned it for me in this challenge. I think all of my top 3 turned it and burned it here. I was really impressed with Megami's lyrics that Georges performed. Megami ate one up here. Megami ate one up here. The Alyssa Edwards
ate one down.
Ate one up and ate one down. Let that sink
Perla,
in.
I can't with you.
I love Perla so much. If you want to become a permanent panelist, Perla, feel free. You can come back whenever you want.
Please.
My fucking chaos in the corner.
Yes, I love every moment of it. Yeah, I think Georges obviously is a performer. Point blank in the period, and that's what she did. The dancing was great. The roast that she had that Megami wrote was great. For me, what separates her from everyone else is that I actually agreed with, I think, what Michelle said. I wanted her to have a little bit of space in the roast so that some of the lines could kind of breathe on their own. She treated it more as a dance challenge than a Rappin Roast. That's where I kind of land with it. I think for me, the 2 most successful people in this challenge were Lydia and Nicole. I think they were the most successful for me in the Rappin and the Roast part of this challenge. For me, number 2 is Nicole Page Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. I am honestly, I'm glad Nicole got praise here. I'm really happy Nicole was in the top. I'm a little disappointed Nicole didn't get a top 2 placement here, if I'm being 100% honest, because despite her actual performance not being very high energy compared to everyone else, I was actually very pleasantly surprised with it. I think it brought a different element to the entire ensemble performance because she gave that cunt energy. And I know I'm saying it, but it gave me that energy that I needed from Nicole in this challenge. Her reads, for me, were the best reads of this challenge. When she said 2 Brookses in this competition, one with no neck and them biscuits, done. Like, she ate this challenge up. Like, and the line about being in Ross's colon the entire season, like, I just think she had the single best reads in this challenge. Whether she had the physicality in the performance or not, she got the rapping and she got the roast. And I really do think for me, it deserved a top 2 placement in this challenge. But My number one is Lydia Butthole Collins. I really think Lydia got this entire challenge down, period. She had the choreography, she had the roast, she had the rap. It was so just spot on for me. Like every single bit of it, her physicality, the look. She started, ooh, the butthole is here, let's gape these hoes. And I knew I was in for a goddamn treat. And that's exactly what we got from her. Exactly. I needed some poppers to get through her performance. And I loved every...
She said it's gapey up in here.
It's gapey up in here. She said to Mistress, stunning beats strutting like you own the stage, but let's see you do a flip like Miss LePage.
The lyrics were so good.
The lyrics are incredible. And if you're going off of the tenets of the challenge, which is Rappin Roast, I'm so sorry. Lydia and Nicole had the best Rappin Roast. Now, if you're going off of the two performances that made RuPaul laugh the most, sure, I guess it's Mistress and Georges. But if you're going off of, in my opinion, who had the two best Rappin roasts, it's Lydia and Nicole.
And I will say, because here's my thing. One of the reasons I love doing the podcast is that a lot of times I change my mind after hearing other people's perspectives. And I'm like, I didn't clock Tina missing the lyrics. So to me, in my ranking, she already went down. And knowing that Georges didn't write the lyrics, if none of the girls had written their own lyrics, that would be fine because it would be an even playing field. But I'm guessing Lydia wrote her lyrics. I'm guessing.
Oh, she
didn't have time to hire someone, and
Corey was still there.
Maybe she had help.
I heard Corey did help with
her
package.
Corey did help with the package. So
yeah. She was in the hallway just outside of the workroom entrance, and she was like, "Come here, I'll help you write your verse."
She was on her smoke break.
Yeah, RuPaul didn't realize that she was still in studio.
Yeah,
they were still packing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it changed my mind because I did like. It's still my top three is still the same. My top three is still Georges, Lydia, and Tina, but it is now number 1 Lydia, number 2 Georges, and number 3 Tina.
I'm kind of just like gagged at the fact that Lydia literally had like 32 minutes to elevate, grow, adapt, and then come back into the competition and did it.
And she did.
And I think this is the best she's done in a challenge.
And I think this is the best she's looked on Drag Race. Can we talk about this
look?
That's a double stack. She's got a double stack on her head.
That's Corey's double stack. I'm a bet good money. That's a wig.
That's where Corey is.
That's for a big man. Yeah, in the wig. Like Ratatouille riding for her, like in the wig.
It was Irene's alien inside there, but it's like...
Oh, I want to shout out one more of Lydia's lyrics because when she shaded Carrie by saying "You'll always be the Tamar to Sasha's Tony,"
I screamed. Now that is the one that I laughed at out loud. I was like,
"Have you watched the show, Tamar?" Lydia has. Lydia sure has. Give Butthole the win.
You know that Tori Braxton is literally going to send that.
Yeah.
And be
you
like,
know what? The more you talked about it, I have to agree. I think Lydia won this for me. I'm switching. Lydia
Sorry,
number
David,
1.
I know you have to switch up your orders and your rankings and everything.
Oh, I didn't even write them down. Sorry.
Oh, never mind.
Lydia's up in number 1. Nicole Page from Atlanta, Georgia, number 2, and Mistress at number 3. Yeah,
you just dropped her all the way down to 3.
I did.
The doors I've opened today.
The eyes and the
because
minds
I remember I really did enjoy Nicole's lyrics, and if I'm going by a rap battle, her lyrics did it for me. Mistress' lyrics were not strong; she just performed it well.
They were good.
They were fine.
I thought they were really good.
They were really good.
I wish you had read them all, like you had teased us that you were.
Well, Perla interrupted, so.
This is the issue with this type of challenge, though, because like it's overcomplicates it. It makes it really hard to figure out what we're judging it based off of, and like the fact that like, are we taking also into account how we're performing it? And it clearly took into account how well they performed it, because if it didn't, Nicole would have done a lot better. And then this just makes me wish that we just had a roast.
Oh no, the judges took into account who they want to move on to the semifinals. That's how they judge this challenge.
And that's the one thing for me. I liked it. I liked this challenge. I thought I was gonna hate it. I ended up actually liking it, but I don't like for it to replace a roast.
Yeah,
but in
I imagine Nicole and Tina's roast. Like we were up.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
Which is why for me, I don't like this challenge. I don't think we should do this.
Okay, I have an idea.
Yes.
Why don't we just make an actual roast, and that's the challenge?
There you go.
Cooking an actual
right.
like
Absolutely.
Who can make the best roast?
Like fuck roasting each other. Let's
get
top chef this shit.
Let's bring in chefs from Food Network.
Let's feast it up.
Let's do a roast challenge.
Roast while they roast.
Make over the chefs. Roasts.
Okay, who do we want? We're casting 6 chefs from Food Network right now. I want Alex Guardacelli,
Bobby Flay.
Who's that Italian girl?
Giada De Laurentiis.
Yes.
Yeah, she can come.
I want Anne Burrell because she's nuts. She's nuts though, Lana. She'd make great TV.
She will make great TV. She will.
I want
Give me Scott Conan. Give me Scott Conan.
Guy Fieri and Scott Conan.
Guy Fieri can go.
Latin America,
Scott Conan,
including myself,
Scott Conan and Jeffrey Zakarian because he's
is Guy Fieri the one with like the spiky hair who does?
Yeah, but we don't like him anymore.
What did he do? Oh God, what did I miss?
We'll tell you off camera.
That look should tell you everything you need to know. And Jeffrey Zakarian because he's hot.
I mean,
what about the one who yells at people?
Gordon Ramsay.
Robert Irvine.
Robert Irvine.
Oh,
no, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. He can come.
Well, he's not Food Network, but sure.
But you know he would fucking rip someone to shreds. He'd be like, "My wig isn't pretty enough."
Yep. he would
I want one of the queens to do what he did to Julie Chen Moonves. What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Love that.
Oh my God, but an idiot hard front.
Literally, an idiot hard front wig.
Oh my God.
Anyway, any other thoughts on this challenge?
Well, I think we just gave them. Producers, if you are watching this,
y'all can have that. Just credit us.
Take this idea.
Yeah.
Bring me on as a guest judge for that one.
I was going to say, bring all of us on as makeover people. Okay, thanks.
No, we get to taste the food.
I just want to be a food taster.
Oh. Yeah, fuck the makeover. I just want to sit in the audience and I want to eat the roast.
Oh, totally. Yeah. That'd be great. So yes, we have the runways. They do happen. Now we're going to be talking about them in full over on Look Over Here, but obviously we don't have Perla for Look Over Here this week. So Perla,
let's fucking dance.
Who had your favorite runway looks this week, Perla? I don't have the visuals, unfortunately. Who had your favorite looks?
Okay. My least favorite, which I wanted to like so much. And I was like, okay, what are you doing? And then I went, you shouldn't have done that. Nicole Paige Brooks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No. It looked fine. She looked
fine.
It looked
good. The only issue that I have with the cactus part of the outfit, why were the hip parts so low?
Absolutely.
She I know that I don't believe she corsets. I'm not sure.
I don't believe so.
Which absolutely fine. You don't have to corset. I'm not saying it's a mandatory thing, but if you raised those a little bit higher, period. If you raise those a little bit higher, it would have given her a little bit more of a illusion shape, where I found that it just made her torso look awkwardly long. And then when she took it off,
it was a white bodysuit.
Like, I do understand that it's like the inside of the cactus.
I got it.
And I get that, but
it don't look like the inside of a cactus. I've eaten the inside of a cactus. It don't look like the inside of a cactus.
It would have been fun.
And also, if it did, why would you want to look like the inside of a cactus? Like a Why?
For the nourishments. For the nourishments.
For the hydration? Like what? I don't get.
Because hydration is important.
Right?
Okay. And I feel like I'm about to get
4.
like roasted out of my asshole for saying this.
Oh.
But I would say, well, actually, I think that'll be the next one. Next, I would say would probably be Tina's.
Okay.
The message behind it, so beautiful.
Yes.
Love the message behind it. I just wish that it was like the skirt part at the bottom, turn it up to an 11.
Sure.
If that had been like massive petals, like almost creating like a trumpet gown, but with those giant petal pieces, I think it could have been like immaculate.
Sure.
And maybe less detailing up here, keeping it very simple where the skirt is your showcase.
Mm.
And then I would say next would be like Mistress. And this is going to sound so horrible. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've been playing a lot of Mario Party Jamboree.
As you should.
Okay.
Kind of looks like Bowser.
I knew it reminded me of something.
Yep.
Perla, thank you so much.
And like,
This is
I hate
costuming
saying
to me.
that because it was such a cool, like it was a pretty look. Like it was cool. I
Yeah.
loved the like campiness of it.
It was giving Browser a little
Miss Bowser Brooks.
The spikes, the like cartoony spikes on it
It was
instantly
the-
made me think of his shell.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Isabella.
Like, Mistress, if you see this, I am so sorry. I know that you did not watch my season or care to know who I am.
She's
But
blocked us by now.
I
It's fine.
do
Yeah.
still respect you. And
He's not watching us.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get punched. Or she's gonna say, this tiny little fucking faggot in pink reading me, calling me Bowser, and I'm gonna say,
Yes.
What about it?
Well, yes.
What about it?
I'm gonna get attacked by Nicki Minaj fans. The barbs are gonna come for me.
Oh Lord. R.I.P. Perla.
Carrie's was amazing.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that she literally walked out looking so regal and beautiful and then just went and stepped out of it into fucking nothing. That's power.
Lived.
Power. To say, oh, this beautiful dress, fuck it. Look at how hot I am. I went,
Literally. And you know what? I could never, and I wish I could.
you know what? Give her the check.
Right, give her the $200,000
I was
already.
just challenge whatever you want to give her. Just write her something that she can deposit.
All
because,
of the
like,
QVC points go to her. There we go. Done.
absolutely. Everyone else, guess what? You've all lost a point. That 0.5 of a point that went to her. Who else was there?
George's.
George's.
And George's and Lydia.
And Lydia.
George's look, insane.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. It literally popped up on my Instagram like while I was just before I started getting ready, and I like had to comment, and I was like, this is everything. It like, yes, it was a bodysuit. Yes, it was so simple, but the intricate stoning detail.
But it wasn't simple.
Like-
You want to know why it's so good? It's Marco.
Oh, period.
Of course. Yeah, I was like, it had to have been someone.
Hello.
They got a ticket to gay heaven. They're living it out.
Oh yeah,
For
Marco
sure.
is,
No, it was so beautiful. The hair with it too was just.
The hair. That green hair.
The hair was amazing.
The green and pink. I need it.
Oh my god, the perfect little like loop buns. And she
Mhm.
just went like, oh my God, I'm so short. And I went, period, bitch. Like 30 out of 10. And then Lydia's stunning. This is actually something my partner pointed out to me, is that with the velvet pieces, the paneling that she used on the garment, she stitched them in opposite directions. So she would get shine based on how it would position. Insane.
Intentionally, yeah. And
Insane.
she, like, that's crazy.
I will say, disappointed the puppet did not open.
Yes.
She
Absolutely.
had 5 days, Perla.
She had 5 days, and she could have gone snip, snip.
She had 5 days, Perla. I'm gonna let this one slide. She had 5 days.
She should have worked faster.
I'm just gonna say
but
the
also,
connection to the theme felt like an afterthought to me. It just felt like it was kind of added on.
You know, I would have loved it if she went like, if like the one arm, instead of holding the rest of the floral, like, what is that called? Vine? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
If it was in like a chiffon sling, like Audrey is in the musical. And then if she had like the puppet come out and it was more like kind of wrapped around her like neck kind of area, so it looks like, oh my God, the plant is trying to eat me and I have my little sling on, and then keep the velvet dress but just like little shop it a little bit more, I would have been like sold.
She should have opened it and had Susie Toot in there dressed up.
I was gonna say, with Susie Toot just doing like an incredible look.
Yeah.
With
But
this
here's my
theme, it was so
Susie Toot
hard.
in the Audrey 2 that she did on season 17.
I was a little like taken aback by this thing because they were like Little Shop of Horrors.
I thought the thing was horror.
Well, I thought the thing was whores. I thought we were gonna get slutty, you know, very
it just won't bring on the men.
Right. That's why I was like,
begin.
Carrie did what she did the theme because it was Little Shop of Horrors. She came out with this grandiose outfit and then said, "Swoop, now I'm naked and here we go. Here's the whore. Take it and love it." And I loved it. And so I was like, that's what it was. But then I was confused because we had Tina coming out doing a whole flower petal rose thing, and then we had cactuses and fly traps. I'm like, what happened to Little Shop of Horrors? Ain't nobody whoring it up. George's was a little, you know, whorish.
That's always George's.
But that's George's. Yeah. That's what George's does anyway. So
it should have been called Little Shop of Horticulture.
Right, horticulture or something. Like, that's what it was giving, because this was not giving Little Shop of Horrors. But it just gave me flowers.
They also needed to, like, I think, provide a little bit more information on this prompt. Like, I think if they wanted an outfit that was, like, inspired by, like, a plant, killer plant kind of thing, like they wanted to play off of Little Shop of Horrors, what they should have done is, like, provide a list of options of poisonous plants or dangerous plants that you would have avoided multiple cactus, multiple Venus flytraps.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very Madonna Runway.
Yeah, very
kimono, very kimono.
Yeah.
And then call it Little Shop of Horticulture.
See, and that's a thing, like, I'm sure Perla can clarify if she's allowed to, but from what I understand, like, they're given the prompts, they may not match what they're actually called on the day, but they're also given details about the prompt.
Yeah. And like they didn't have it on my season, but I know in previous seasons, and I think they do this across the board now. If there was a runway theme, like let's say the runway is called like 50 Shades of Rainbow, I don't know. And each person, they give you a list of every color in the rainbow, and you send in which ones you want out of like the top 3 colors that you would want. And then they divvy it up and make sure everyone gets what they want. And that way there's no color repeats.
Yeah.
Like that, I think would have benefited from that, to give it a little bit more of like a boom.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's what they did on, from what I've heard at least, what they did on season 3 of Canada when they did the periodic table runway, which is still one of my favorite runways of all fucking time.
And
Gemstone. Yeah, exactly. Or like those kinds of runways where it's that kind of thing. But again, with Lydia replacing Maddie, allegedly still, I think they kind of had to throw all of that out of the window because, but still, it wasn't even Lydia that copied someone. It was Mistress and the Brookses had the same runway. So it was like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
But yeah. David, I know you wanted to comment on the runway as well.
Yeah. I don't usually join for Look Over Here, but specifically this episode, I needed to talk about it because I did have a pretty strong top 3. For me, my top 3 was actually Tina Burner. I really liked it. As Perla said, Georges was incredible. But for me, I'm gonna say it. Like, this is my favorite look I've seen in 2025 so far. Carrie Colby, when she came out, I gasped. And then when she started to walk and it started to kind of fall off her, I was like, oh, like, oh no. And then she fully walked out and I saw it was a reveal. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl. This is incredible. This is why I needed you on my TV again. This is why I'm obsessed with you. Yeah, I just was blown away by it all. Full cup for me. I love it.
Do you know who would have eaten the fuck out of this category?
Perla.
Bosco.
Perla.
Oh, Bosco, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Bosco would have killed me.
Of course.
Bosco, if you're watching this and you drive, hit me with your car.
But also Irene, low key, like.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
And you want to know? And you want to know who made Carrie's garment?
Bosco.
Marco.
Oh.
Okay, my top 2 were from the same designer then.
Love Marco. Love Marco. But
I will be here on Look Over Here, but just to have it on the recap, my favorite look was George's. Period.
My favorite look was Carrie.
Taste.
I know.
My favorite look was Carrie as well, but George's is a really good number 2.
I agree with that exact statement.
We all let down Nicole Page Brooks.
Because she took it off. If she was
just after. Yeah, before it was.
Yeah. If it was only the first look, it would have been so good.
Yeah.
We just said, no, Page Brooks.
Put it back on. Keep
it on, please.
From Atlanta, Georgia.
No. Don't do it, Nicole.
I broke Perla.
No.
I broke Perla.
Oh no. Okay. Out of all the looks
you just broke yourself.
Out of the looks we've seen so far this season, if you had to make a doll of anybody, which look would it be?
Bosco's lip sync outfit to Murder on the Dance Floor.
Oh, okay.
Period.
Or honestly, Bosco, I just want to make a doll of you, please.
Do you want to make a doll of the doll?
Absolutely.
Are
and
you
then I want to
also
like what?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go first.
I was gonna say, are you adjusting to your new sexuality after Bosco, like Helena is?
Oh, Bosco, I love you. If you ever want a short, I'm always
a short.
A short.
Yes, just a short. Nothing specific. Just a short.
Identify a short.
Like Bosco.
Short.
My babe, Bosco, you'd never have to reach the bottom shelf again. I'm already there. I can.
Yeah.
The toilet paper is under the sink. Guess what? That's like eye level to me. I'll get it for you.
Perla's
You
pronouns
can't
are
reach to tie your
EDP.
shoe because you're so tall. I'm already there. I will tie your shoe. Bosco.
See, I just thought of a line. If you ever go back on Drag Race, use this, okay? I'm allow
ready.
this. You say, I may be a short, but I'm still feature length.
That's
incredible.
Yeah.
You ate with that.
You kind of ate with that
Honestly,
one.
There you go.
You ate with
Write
that.
that down. Write that down.
And then I'm going to point at my genitals.
Yes. Feature length, period.
Exactly.
David, hold on.
8-1 down. Let that sink in.
Sink in, period. Because you ate that one. I'm going to give you your 10s for that one, David.
David is my ghostwriter.
Yes. I'll
Rapture.
be your McCommy.
I mean, that's why you a rapture, period. Because you
Rapture,
got bars.
not rapture.
You got
Rapture.
bars.
I forgot about Rapture.
Rapture
forgot
got
about
bars.
Perla,
Look,
have you heard this story, Perla?
No.
About how
David, you
David
have
was
to
a
tell
church
her.
clown?
Oh, David was a rapping clown at church. And his name was Rapture.
We have the reel on Instagram for everyone. Go follow us on Instagram at The Cut Pod, where you can go see the entire original reel.
Lana's getting her revenge right now.
You got bars, baby. Oh yeah. Rap. Sure. Yep. Straight heaven for you, David.
Straight jail. Straight jail. Straight to jail.
You know, I was the teenage appropriating clown.
Oh, jeez.
Like, what in the Gacy?
Yeah.
We get our judging. And my favorite part of judging was Chapel Roan disagreeing with everything Michelle said.
Fully.
Everything.
It was so funny.
When she said, maybe I can hear better, gag her.
Okay,
this is where the hilarious Ross Matthews said something hilarious out of Ross Matthews' mouth. And I was like, oh, you are hilarious sometimes.
I never, y'all know I'm not a big fan of Chapel
That was
Roan.
some gay on gay crime.
Of course.
It was.
Always.
Not a fan of Chapel Roan. Not a huge fan of Chapel Roan. But I enjoyed Chapel Roan on this episode. I was like, okay. I was praying she would not give me Ice Spice, because I did not need another Ice Spice situation to happen up in here.
She was a super ultra modern girl.
I was very excited that Chapel Roan actually was doing what she needed to do for this panel and for this thing. Like, her disagreeing with Michelle was hilarious. Her barbs coming back at Michelle was like, oh, I can hear. You can't hear. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I was
what
living
did you say?
what? Like, I was living for Chapel in that moment on the panel. I was like, okay, girl. All right. I'm not going to jump and just be and jump on the bandwagon of a Chapel stan, but I'm a Chapel Roan appreciator.
You would consider attending a concert now.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You'd consider it. You'd consider it.
I think about it. I'll think about it for the next 10 minutes. I'll think about it for the next 10 minutes.
I'll take that.
Three one song in solidarity.
Right, I'll think about it in the next 10 minutes if I will
She
go to a Chapel Roan
listened
concert.
to the song while Mistress and Georges were lip syncing into it. And
I've heard the song before, so I know of her. I can appreciate for what she do, but she's not on my playlist yet. But then I'll consider it.
Why did no one do the hot to go choreo?
I was so confused. I was so mad.
Because it was those two lip syncing to it.
Also, they literally give you choreo in the song. Snap and clap and touch your toes. Raise your
No one
hands
did
up,
it.
bottom,
Hello.
roll. And they never did that.
Well,
Nobody touched their toes. Nobody did anything.
Let's put a pin in that real quick.
Diva, Georges doesn't even have to try to touch her toes. She just gotta like casually extend an arm. I can say that because I do that too.
Well, yes. You are
short. That's what she said.
She's a short.
She's a short.
Short heaven.
She's still featured length.
Short heaven. Short heaven.
Short heaven.
It's just me and Georges going, oh my god.
Me.
It's you, Georges, Marita
John Fedeliaga.
John Fedeliaga.
Wait, Eduardo, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Oh yeah, you can come. Yeah, you're welcome in short heaven.
Fun size.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, David.
You can't come.
It's fine, David. We'll be living it up in tall heaven. It's okay.
He's like giving me ghostwriting lyrics, and I'm like, you can't come to short heaven. Fuck you.
I kick you out of short heaven.
You can only
Thanks
come
for
when we
writing
need
my
to get to
stuff.
the
Now
top
beat it.
shelf.
Literally, all of the people in short hair are gonna be like, "Oh, damn."
There are so many step ladders.
Oh yeah, everything
Yeah.
is a step ladder.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's like Beauty and the Beast when Belle's in the bookstore and she's like, "Whoom," and it's just everyone under 5'7".
So funny. So
Let's
funny.
briefly talk about Untucked because I already gave my thoughts earlier.
I need to watch this.
I didn't watch it yet.
Then I'll briefly recap Untucked for everyone.
I did need.
I
I was
watched it
telling
already.
myself to get a WoW Plus subscription so I can watch Untucked.
I got you.
Period.
So, not a whole lot happens. Basically, they come back in. The girls are talking about the challenge. A lot of the early stuff is
Actually,
yeah.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, but not sorry. Because before they even come into Untucked, something happened.
Yeah, please.
Literally,
Yeah.
like the first scene from Untucked after the intro is they have like the black and white when they're coming off the stage.
Oh, I forgot about this. I put it out of my memory.
In that moment, when they're literally walking off the judges' critiques, not like halfway through the stage in Untucked,
Right.
Mistress goes to George's and says, "We should convince Lydia and Tina to do what we did last week. That way Nicole and Carrie won't get a point."
Yep.
First thing she said when coming off the stage.
Yeah.
And then you can explain what happened after they go in, because that was like, it set up the whole thing.
I put that out of my memory because I was back to being frustrated with
It's
Isabella.
so exciting.
Why Carrie though?
Because Carrie and Nicole already had 0 points, and
I
if
thought
they
were
are already
friends.
Yes,
not about friends.
but Mistress don't give a fuck about anyone other than Isabella. She only cares about Isabella here. So if Isabella can get ahead, she's gonna fuck over anyone in her path to get Isabella ahead to get her to the semifinals. That's all Isabella cares about. And if it means fucking over someone that she allegedly cared about, then that's what she's gonna do.
She did say, I don't know who was the person that said that. Mistress said that she doesn't think there is a line. So there you go. And you know what? I don't agree, but that's how she thinks and that's how she lives her life. You know what I mean? She doesn't think there's a line. That's fine. My problem, but I'll you can explain, Logan. But my problem, my biggest problem with this whole situation is trying to convince other people to be as shady as you.
Yes.
I don't have like, you want to do whatever you want to act the way you want to act, do whatever you want to do. That's on you. Your choices. Trying to convince people to fuck other people over so that you can gain something out of it. That's where I kind of see the problem. But
yeah. So
here's what I think is, I understand what you're saying, River, but I think Mistress was looking at it mathematically. She wasn't looking at it to try to screw somebody over. She was looking at it mathematically, because if they gave Carrie and Nicole 0 points, they will have no chance of catching up to any of them in the end. So if Lydia and Tina swap their points and do all the things and make sure they do, and they have the points, that way they can't catch up with them. So those two are automatically out the ranking, and it's a 4-way fight. So
I understood the math. I understood. I just don't agree.
I don't think this was about, I want you to join us on screwing them because we're just malicious.
No,
this was
because,
about math and about strategy. And she's playing the game. She's playing it hard, and she's playing it a little too hard for some people's liking. But for some people, it's like we said earlier, it's the game. And you have to know how to play the game. I don't like it, but I can respect it.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I'm at with it too. It's like, I understand why she's playing the game as hard as she is. I see it as a game player myself. I understand the gameplay that she's playing. Where I have an issue is what the literal next sequence that happens in Untucked, where they're talking about what happened on the main stage.
Yep.
Tina is talking about her mom who has Alzheimer's, and talking about, their journey. Nicole is then getting emotional next to Tina and is bringing up how her aunt recently also is dealing, or it's dementia, I believe. Sorry. dementia is what their relatives both have. They're having a very emotional moment here. They're both dealing with, real, actual emotions that have nothing to do with this competitive competition that they're in at this moment. They're both sobbing and having this genuine connection. And we hear Tina talk about how she's really appreciating the fact that she's getting closer to Nicole in this moment. Nicole goes off after their conversation to have a moment away, to kind of gather her feelings.
Oh, she went to look for some tissues.
For tissues, to get some tissues, to have a moment, do whatever she needs to do. Mistress then prompts Carrie, specifically Carrie, to go console Nicole.
She literally says, Carrie, you should go check on Nicole. Literally. Yeah. And points. And Carrie,
of course, being Carrie, because Carrie is a good person, goes off and checks on Nicole because...
But here's where we clock Mistress, because who was talking to Nicole about the thing? Because if it was I'm asking someone to go check on that person because I'm worried about them, why wouldn't you ask the person that was talking to them before? Why wouldn't she ask Tina instead of asking Carrie? That's the thing. I understand what she's doing, but there is malicious thoughts. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, maybe your intention is not to fuck someone over, but that's what happens with your action. That's the impact of what you're doing, even if that's not your intention.
So it's at this point that now that Nicole and Carrie are removed from the other four people, Mistress pulls Georges, Lydia, and Tina together and straight up tells Lydia and Tina, hey, you should fuck over Nicole and Carrie. Swap your points if you're not the top two. And you should make it to where Nicole and Carrie have no points. Like Lana said, make it mathematically impossible for them to catch up. And then it's basically a 4-horse race. 3 of us will make it to the semifinals. And like I said before, I understand the game move that Mistress is making here. I understand the game move.
I don't like it.
I think it's disgusting. That is the word I'm going to use for it. And that's just me. That is my perspective. And that's what I'm going to say about it. Because I think that is malicious and vile.
I need to watch
specific
that
point. I will agree with you fully. I agree.
I think this moment, the earlier thing that happened in the actual episode, whatever. Like the laughing was not cute. The moves that the strategic moves Mistress is making, great. All respect to the moves.
Yeah.
Her intent and the way she is going about it, in my opinion, is malicious and vile. And I have lost respect for Mistress because of that.
I'm only getting half the story.
You are only
you
getting
are, babes.
You are.
You are.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are only getting half the story. And it's frustrating and disappointing to see. And I'm really disappointed to see this I'm not surprised to see this from Mistress, but I'm certainly disappointed.
Do we know her zodiac sign?
Probably something vile.
Oh, no.
Scorpio.
She's like July something.
But I will say the good part about that, I don't know if y'all know,
Cancer?
if you noticed, Logan, but the 2 people's reaction, Tina and Lydia.
Yeah.
Lydia, I think she got a little uncomfortable and she just said, that makes sense.
Yes.
Which is okay, which is a neutral response. Yep. Which I like. She was like, I'm going to think about it. It makes sense. But she didn't say yes no, or no. Whatever.
Right.
But Tina
immediately was like,
I love her so much for this. She said, I need some popcorn. Immediately left and said, I'm not doing that.
Thank
you,
Tina.
That's not me. I'm not doing it.
Thank you, Tina.
Love it.
Thank you, Tina.
By the way, I looked it up. Mistress is a Cancer, which makes sense.
Well, I am a Cancer, and I will say, Cancer man can rot in hell forever, and I will die on that hill.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I really only know Cancer women.
I mean, I'm not the best. I will say that. I have my problems. But men?
I'm a Cancer moon, so, I get it. But it's like...
Because a Cancer that cannot handle their feelings, that's dangerous.
But also a
It's-
Cancer
We
that's so
digress.
willing to be shady when a Cancer is like so much of a peacekeeper.
I don't.
No. Here's the thing: we can be the shadiest. We choose not to be, because we have emotional depth. So she knows how to get to people so easy and so fast, and she chooses to use that for whatever she chooses. A lot of Cancers use it for other things, that the emotional part of it, but we can be very manipulative, and she is clearly.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
That is the main thing that happens in Untucked. Chapel comes in. They have another beautiful conversation about Chapel being a beautiful human. And then Mistress leads a conversation about why everyone should why everyone here should get points, then dominates the conversation by saying, here are all the reasons that I should get points and no one else should. And I found it absolutely just blah.
It was just annoying. That was just annoying.
It was annoying.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to watch this episode of Untucked.
Yeah.
The thing I wrote
This
down
sounds
about
lit.
Mistress, the thing I wrote down about Mistress is like Celia Banks of drag. Like, she's always fighting people, and half of it feels like just random, out of nowhere.
The Azealia Banks of drag.
I live. You know what?
Yeah.
You're not
wrong.
You're not
You're
wrong.
not
Every single
wrong at all.
time, she's fighting like the nicest people. She's fighting like people that everyone like loves, that like beloved drag queens, and she's just like, I'm gonna say the nastiest shit I can find about these people.
Because
you
what
know
do
what?
you mean?
Over
Stuck in
nothing.
Elon Musk's
Over
closet.
Over
Because
nothing.
what do you mean you're gonna fuck over Carrie Colby?
Yeah,
For,
like
for
hello.
what?
And like, she has no reason for doing it. She just wants to do it, and she has a gazillion fans that are like, "Oh yes, Mama, this is iconic," and the other half is just like, "I hate this person." So
I need her to do the
basically
knife
the same.
dance.
Not those. Not those.
I need her to claim the title of Azealia Banks of drag by doing the knife dance.
Does she have to like sacrifice a chicken too?
Absolutely.
Oh,
And she has to
God.
escape from
would.
Grimes and Elon Musk.
Absolutely.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if
that is
anyone else
hell.
had
That
anything
is straight
from,
hell.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm interested to watch it though, because while what you're saying, I can see how it comes across as icky, but if it is purely a strategic move,
It's not. Well, it is, but it involves real, like, go ahead.
It involves
both.
real feelings.
It's
yes,
both.
yes. But if she was waiting until she had a chance to talk to people alone, and that just happened to be the catalyst that sent Nicole away, that does look bad. But for me, I see that as more of a, like, this is me trying to do what I can to go further ahead. It's really the laughing that bugged me earlier in the actual episode, because that's taking it beyond, I'm just doing what I have to do, to ha ha ha, I'm reveling in
She's
you being
enjoying
upset.
it.
And that's what bugged me. So I might feel differently once I watch Untucked.
Sure. Here's what
And
I'll
I want
say
to talk to you after you watch off of
I
this,
do
but
as well.
please,
I'm curious.
we need
Here's
to
what
talk.
Here's what I'll say as well on it, and then I do want to get to the results because we should. Because we've been here long enough. Not that I mean, I love spending time with all of you and Perla, but we've been here almost 3 hours. I will say there are plenty of opportunities to talk to people. They all change in the workroom. You can pull those two people aside in the workroom right as you all are changing, right before the lip sync, and say, "Hey."
But are they gagged then? Like, are they on
No,
ice
they're not.
or whatever they?
No, they're not on ice.
No.
They're filming it, therefore they can talk to each other.
Sometimes
Like when
they
they go
film, but
from
you're
Untucked.
on hard ice.
But not while they're changing though, because they
Yeah,
have
they-
conversations and
do we
we've
see
seen
They
it.
do show
Conversations
us
while they're
them talking.
We see them
to each
changing and
other
talking.
while changing.
For their lip syncs?
Yes.
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 Oh,
Yes.
You're really getting half the story, Perla.
It's
Anyway,
yeah.
results.
Mhm.
So we get our top 3, as indicated by the judges this week, are Mistress Isabel Brooks, Nicole Paige Brooks
Wow,
from
that
Atlanta,
changed.
Georgia, and Georgia.
Yes.
It's like, let's pick the 2 girls with the longest names and Georges. But our top 2 of the week are Georges and Mistress. Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Hey, you know what?
I love the single clapping from it. Like, just...
I like this top 2. Although I do not like the way that they're playing the game, I do agree with this top 2. So, you know.
From
It's
petite
funny.
to petite, I support Georges.
It's funny because it seemed like
Georges,
we were pretty split on, like, some of us were higher on Georges, some of us were higher on Mistress. So it's like, I guess Eduardo is the only one that was like fully satisfied.
Yes.
You know what we should start doing?
The only thing I needed is Lydia to be in the top 3.
Yes.
It should be a fight to the death from now on.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I agree.
Full on Hunger Games.
Yeah, I want a Hunger Games season.
Totally.
Period. I won't do it, but
you will watch.
We lip sync not to Pink Pony Club, which I figured the lip sync would be given that it's the pink bracket.
Girl,
no, we lip sync to Hot to Go.
I thought it was gonna be Pink Pony Club because of how Georges was dressed.
Oh yeah.
No, in my brain it was.
And she was dressed perfectly for this.
Yeah, but like it was obviously gonna be Hot to Go. Like I feel like that's the easiest one to do off the get go if you're gonna do
I
a
would have
Chapel Royal
loved.
award.
I would have loved Super Modern Ultra Graphic Girl.
Yeah, that's the one that I wanted, but I knew that it wasn't gonna happen.
Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl. Sorry, I fucked that up.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a long ass title.
Yes.
I would have liked Good Luck Babe.
Oh, that too, because of
That
the
one
many
also
times
good.
RuPaul said it during this episode.
Or just them in these like I'm gonna pop off outfits and it's Good Luck Babe.
Right.
Yeah.
This was a fun lip sync.
Yeah.
It was good.
I mean, for me, there's an obvious winner. In my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This didn't need to be.
Wait. Can we do like a thing where we like throw up fingers for which one we thought won, just so we can see
I'll
all
just
of it?
scream at once who the winner is because I think we all agree.
No, but when we do that, it's chaotic and you can't really capture it.
Okay.
We
and
can,
the
Okay,
other 2
one
hours
for
and 41
Georges,
minutes
2
after.
for Mistress.
One for Georges, 2 for Mistress. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So we could have done exactly what I said, and everything would have been fine. Got it. Cool. Thanks, David.
We would all say Georges at 6 different times.
Yes,
Yeah,
it would have been very fine. It would have been
Because
a lovely
I knew
moment.
we were
but
all
David
going to
said
say it. I didn't know if we were all going to say it.
Honestly, I think
knew we were
everyone
all
who did the Hot to Go choreo in the background won this lip sync.
I think Nicole Page Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia won this lip sync.
Even I
Because
think
she should have been in
Carrie
the top.
won by mistaking her G's and doing the G the wrong side. That's what I think won the lip sync. I think.
Do you know who actually won the lip sync? RuPaul, because she made the most money.
Absolutely.
Truly.
I thought this lip sync was just alright. I wasn't moved. I wasn't gagged. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like living for it. I was like, Georges, look, and the reason is because we've seen Georges so recently doing the same thing. Georges did what Georges does. She danced.
And Mistress did what Mistress does.
And Mistress did, it was fine.
It wasn't hot to go.
It was not hot to go, and it was not necessarily for a double win at all. I thought it was perfectly fine, but it was a clear winner. And I was like, this 0.5 bull crap and this whole we split in the it was nonsense and foolishness. I'm like, Ru, just let us know, tell us without telling us that you want Georges and Mistress to go on and be in the next stuff. Like, tell us without telling us this, because what was the point? They both did, it was not the best lip sync for a double Shantae. Let it go.
I will say, I now that it happened, to me it was more like a double loss than a double win. It felt more like a double loss. Like honestly, because the lip sync was fine.
It was fine.
They both did, like, it was serviceable. They didn't miss words, whatever. But like, honestly, George is clearly better. But I was so upset. I was so upset when they a tie.
I was like, a tie
for
what?
A
tie.
What do you
a tie?
A tie for what?
I feel like I was back in All Stars 4.
mad. Like,
I liked
you're
it.
saying that Mistress did just as good as I did?
Right.
'Cause that's not right. She
Right.
didn't.
You think Mistress did just as good as George's? No.
Absolutely not.
That's
Lie.
Absolutely
Delicious,
not.
wild.
gay
Crazy.
faggotry on the part of RuPaul and all of these producers.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Can I say why
Absolutely.
I liked it?
Gay?
Yes, please,
No,
David. I would
next.
love to know.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. Yes, of course.
Okay, so the way the points work out, the average points that everybody will have at the end of all rounds, since there's 9 given out each round, the average that any individual person will have is 4.5. So that means the standard to get in, you have to pass that 4.5 threshold. So really the magic number is 5. If you get 5, you're pretty likely to get in. It helps to get more than 5. But I think it will be so iconic if both of them get shut out by half a point because they tied the lip sync and they had to split the point. I would live for that. I would live.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
hoping
that's
for.
gonna happen, though.
When
I
that
mean,
happened, that
logically,
was the
yeah, it's going to
first
be
thing I
difficult,
thought,
but it would be hilarious.
It would be
It's
funny.
For me, it's like literally what I think it was Lana or River said. Tell me without telling me that you want Georges and Mistress in the semifinals. Okay, great, cool. Moving on. Cool. They both win. Whatever. Moving on. I'm bored.
Ugh. Like literally.
Like-
Oh my god. Ugh.
And there was
Okay,
a,
cool. Why have brackets?
Ew.
Why have brackets? Just move them both to the semifinals. Okay, cool.
Ew. Jesus. Gross.
I think they
Literally.
both have done well. Like I think
Jesus.
they both
Yes,
they both have done
it's
very
heaven.
well in the competition so far. So if they do move on, I think it will be deserved.
They're going to move
unfortunately.
on. I knew they were going to move on when I saw this bracket. I was like, these are the two that's moving on. And only because Rue lives for these girls. They like
Yep.
Georges is back for a fourth time or third time, whatever. She's back for a third time. Rue honestly lives for her. So
Third time in 4 years. That's
in-
what it is, Lana.
she's here again. So she's obviously not going to leave in the first round. Mistress,
Could you
for some
imagine?
reason, could you imagine coming back for the third time and then losing in the first round? Why?
I wouldn't mind it because there are other people in this bracket I would like to see move
I
on.
wouldn't mind it either, but that's not happening because
Perla.
it's yeah. I mean,
I'm in the pink bracket.
the pink bracket for sure. But yeah, it's not happening.
But I agree
yeah.
with you, Lana. That's why when we drafted, I wanted to draft Mistress and Georges because I knew they were gonna be
Absolutely.
And-
I know.
Yes.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
someone's still doing very well in this draft.
Finally,
It's not me.
Yep,
it's
they
the
sure are.
first draft that I'm doing well.
It's not me, baby.
I'm sorry, Lana.
I never
you
even
have
made
worried
it.
about me,
I
baby.
never
I'm not
even
mad at
made
this,
it top
huh?
3. Like not even podium, ever.
Okay, so in 6th place is Lana with 29 points.
Oh.
5th place is Robbie with 30 points. 4th place is Eve with 30.5 points. 30 and
A
Eduardo.
half.
Oh, where?
Oh, there.
Where's?
Perla's got it.
I was
Perla's
not
got it.
ready. I was
Just
not
remember
ready. Hold on.
4.
Also,
Perla's
just as a
got
quick
it.
side note, Rem Beauty, your eyeliner is so smudge proof.
Love
Wow.
Shout
it.
out.
Work.
Shout out Rem Beauty.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ariana Grande.
See, all you have to do is cover the 4, Perla. And then you'll have 30.5 points.
Far.
Yeah, there you go. But we also have Eduardo with half point. Then we have Eduardo with 32 and
A half point.
half point. And then you can put that down for the rest. David is in 2nd place with 34 points. And River is leading with 37 points.
Period.
River.
Good job, River. Eat it up. Eat it up. Eat
For
it up.
once in my life, I made good choices.
I was going to say one thing about the lip sync. There was a moment where Mistress does a thing where she does like this like insane facial expression, and when she did
like,
right, it was a little like detoxy. But when she was doing that, I was like, I cannot picture what she would look like making that same face out of drag. Like my brain cannot even imagine how that face would look.
you just unlocked a new favorite thing for me to do.
Yeah.
Like, I have this weird obsession when queens perform and they share it on their Instagram story. I never play it with sound, but I like do like a stupid song in my head where I'll be like
Not
and
you playing Mario Kart music in your head while, because I clocked that, Perla.
No,
The
and then
video game
sometimes
soundtrack?
I'll like if a queen does like a dip or like some kind of drop, and when they hit the ground, I'll go, ugh.
It's like the Britney Spears thing where they added sound effects to her "Oops, I Did It Again."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's literally just how like, I don't care who you are. If I follow you and you are a drag queen, I have done this to your performance. Absolutely, I have. But that just like opened up a whole new level to it of imagine them doing it out of drag.
Right?
Right.
Imagine Mistress doing it out of drag, but in the wig that she's been doing all of her press in because she's too lazy to do actual press in any good looks. So she's just doing it in that horrible outfit, no makeup and just the wig with her stubble. Yeah, imagine that.
Oh God, I don't.
Nightmare.
I would rather not.
I don't either.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'd rather
So
not.
funny.
Good.
Now
I'm
imagine
gonna start doing that for now, from the rest of my life, and be like,
it's gonna ruin drag for you.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what Mario Kart track?
What's
is
more
that?
scary, that or this picture?
Oh my god.
Wait, where'd you get that photo of
That's
me?
Mistress.
That's Mistress. She posted this, I think, yesterday.
And on that note,
Wait. Now sorry,
Oh.
before we trail off of this, now I want us all to imagine what boy Perla looks like out of drag doing the hair whips with no
It
wig.
looks like Gollum cosplaying as Harry Styles. It's full Gollum cosplaying as Harry Styles, going, "My precious." And then like whipping guards, "You don't have any friends."
you know,
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
love 3-hour podcasts, but when it's with Perla, it's certainly worth it.
This is an exception for sure.
Yes,
This is an exception
absolutely.
for sure.
Oh Lord.
If I could have done Gollum for Snatch Game.
Chloe beat you to it.
I was gonna say Chloe Clark beat you to it, but
oh God. Oh my
God. I'll share one of my secrets of who's on my list when we're not recording.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yay. But Perla, in every sense of the term, you are a dumb bitch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the best way possible.
Yes.
In the best way possible.
God.
26.
26.
26?
26. 24.
This entire episode has just gone into like cup lore. Like this.
Also 22.
You had to be
cup
there.
lore now.
You had to be there.
You had to be there to understand the whole thing. But you know how much we love you. You know how much we care for you so fiercely. Thank you for joining us here today. You know you're welcome back anytime. And spoiler, she will be back very soon. We've got plans with Perla, so stay tuned. But...
We made it to 2 hours and 52 minutes. We gotta beat it.
Yep.
I think we can actually.
Absolutely, yes.
Like,
I think we
dear
can.
every listener, get ready for an afternoon, bitch. This is longer than the Titanic, motherfuckers.
We have a pure deep dive with.
We're not even on the door yet.
Literally
4 hours.
This is longer than it took to sink.
Right.
Literally. Please take this time to plug everything you would like to.
Oh God, you can follow me on social media at Call Her Perla on almost everything. You can get my merch on dragqueenmerch.com. What else? No, what?
2 hours and 40 minutes. So we are longer than the Titanic took to sink.
You know what? Take that, Kate Winslet.
Period.
26, anyways.
Sorry, follow her on.
Oh yeah, Call Her Perla on everything. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways because who gives a fuck? The Powder Room is returning.
Yay!
Mid-June. We have a date, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it yet.
You don't have
But
to.
we've recorded new episodes. They are coming. So check us out at the Powder Room. You can listen to us on like wherever you stream podcasts. We have a YouTube visual podcast. If you're in Toronto for Toronto Pride all June long, I will be at Starry Night, Drag Ball, period.
Period.
I don't know what else. I am wearing pug pajama bottoms.
Oh, where is your
I
pug?
live.
They say pug life.
I live.
And I'm wearing slides.
As you should be.
As you should be.
I live.
From the waist up, you're like, wow. Waist down, you're like, oh,
You're
fuck.
pulling a RuPaul.
It's not just RuPaul who does it.
Broccoli?
It's all of us.
I'm
It's
doing
all
it
of
right
us.
now.
We all are.
You think I'm wearing the pants to go to this now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, my
No.
bare leg is right here. Hello.
And on
If
that
you made it
note-
to the end, you get,
And
you know.
on that note,
on that
If you made
note,
it to the end, you just got free footage.
yeah, there you go.
Footage.
With that being said, thank you for joining us for all of this fucking chaos. If you made it here, comment. I don't
26.
know. Pug.
26.
No,
26.
26.
Wait, what is your
Comment.
pug's name, Perla?
Oh, Lil Bubs.
Bubs.
Oh,
that's right.
comment Lil Bubs.
Yeah, LIL apostrophe thing BUBS.
Yes, comment Lil Bubs if you made it this far, and we'll know you're a real one.
Or your
Um,
favorite toe.
Oh,
And
God.
why?
Subscribe, like,
Who
and
had
share
your
on
favorite-
the way out. Who
Oh,
had your
jeez.
favorite things? I don't even know anymore. Cup mug. What
You
did
turned it and didn't burn it.
26.
26.
Great
I
heaven.
don't
Great
even know
heaven.
anymore. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, bye
Cheers.
y'all. Cheers. So
Oh,
yeah.
God.